faces now?
Yeah.
Apparently. You're going
Dude.
live in 2 because Bob couldn't figure out how to get the third one working.
Yeah. So we've
Yeah,
Bob's got
also
the
got
night
a new.
off.
Yeah, we've also got a new, fancy new layout as well.
Yeah, so if you guys want to put webcams on, it actually works on one of the streams. It doesn't work on my stream because I'm way too lazy to do
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, we do have the ability to have webcams now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't put webcam in
Yeah,
Roll20,
I
that'd be
feel-
very weird.
I feel like my like I might as well do an overhead webcam because otherwise, it's just gonna be my forehead the entire time we play as I'm just sitting painting something.
Mhm.
So I might as well put like whatever I'm working on rather than just like have my forehead for the session.
I mean,
Because of my receding hairline,
Yeah.
it's usually my streams are entirely just my forehead.
I mean, I've got receding hairline as well. Look, so.
Exactly, yeah. That's what we have to live with.
I just have a glorious 5 heads.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a 4 heads. My forehead hits extra dimension.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
if you're wondering what this is the new clutch lever for my motorbike.
Oh,
Wow.
it looks
I was wondering.
it looks vaguely like something you'd get as like a superhero, as like a batarang or something like
Oh.
that. You know?
I thought it looked very much like either a bottle opener or like the most badass wand from Harry Potter ever. Like,
I mean,
Or a good-
the
or a good
big
cane
ball on
top.
the end doesn't really help with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I feel like
This
it's a
looks like
really good cane topper.
this looks like a pipe.
Yeah, a little bit
It does look like a good cane topper, doesn't it?
Mm.
See, I don't have the fancy starting soon as well.
I mean, it's not really fancy. It's literally just the Alterra logo and starting
Yeah.
soon.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
That's fancy in Bob's world.
They're fancy stuff. I
That
don't
be
do
their
that
fancy.
stuff.
I don't get no fancy stuff.
You managed to put two
Yeah, I mean-
things on a screen at once.
I am still
Witchcraft.
working on the sort of backdrop scape thing to replace the one we currently have.
Cool.
I have drawn up some plans and I'm quite excited. I'm gonna fully paint it off.
I mean,
finish
if
it
you
off,
want
on
to
Sunday.
make it like a fancy like starting soon screen as well, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah. I'll give it a go.
I'll take a crack.
I'll have a crack at it.
That'd be correct. And Kaylee, you were actually doing like a wooden background thing as well, weren't you?
Oh yeah, it's pretty much done. Like I finished it before, like a while ago.
Mhm.
I've just not obviously had time with the move to really tidy it up. But once that is done, I'll be able to like actually properly put in like a wee splash screen and stuff and get maybe some extra wee bitties, which would be nice.
I mean, if you have the World of Alterra live, you'll see the fancy new layout as well.
Yes, I did load it up. I can't keep it up for long.
That's
mostly
fine.
because
As
my
long as you
laptop doesn't
have it
like all of
muted,
the
so we
things.
don't get like feedback
Yeah.
as well.
It's already muted. But yeah, I do want to see it. I did briefly see it last time because, I was spying on y'all when I came back.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yes, it is all fancy. It is all shiny. It is first draft.
We love
Also,
it.
for the one thing on the actual Alterra game, why is Doom also filled? Have we caused Doom as well? Did Alvina cause Doom?
Doom, you say?
Yeah, the bar at the top is maxed out on both Rebellion and Doom. So,
We did cause Doom?
I mean, yeah, if you look at
100%?
Can we drop a nuke
The
at the
big
end?
red circle in the middle is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
hey,
I've had confirmation from an omnipotent presence that we have in fact caused the Doom. 100%.
I mean, the
Hey,
doom of the professor.
I know,
Yeah.
but I
I've
don't
got it.
want the ogres taking credit for my actions.
I've got it on good
100%.
authority. It was a nuke. What did you expect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% rebellion, 100% doom.
Yeah, but now they're scared of
you've-
me, not the ogres. Can we change the Doom picture that has the ogre to just Alvina?
You've achieved an equilibrium of
I balanced as all
scared.
things should be.
So is it the in The Simpsons
Alvina
when?
Thanos confirmed.
Oh, I was thinking The Simpsons with when they're pushing all the like germs and that through Mr. Burns' door.
Yep.
So happy.
You've
Alvina is the apocalypse. Also means you actually get a good look at the nice token that Ali made. Well, I made the
Ooh.
I made the Hero Forge character, and Ali like smushed it up, I believe.
So I put it into a frame and made the background.
Which I really love that you included Assassin's extra knife and like tentacle bit outside of the frame. It just really adds extra vibes, you know? Good.
I think we can switch to the other scene now.
That isn't even assassins. That's just the sword I've got.
Well, I mean, we're still waiting for Chris to DM and things, so.
Yeah, this is me good to go. Just setting things in the background while I do this.
Yeah, the nuke.
I got time to make it a circle.
Sorry.
Oh, so many plans for this week, and yet just one thing after the other. So little time.
Yep.
Called
All
life,
right,
Jim,
then.
but not as we know it.
Are all the players? I have my mic back to my face now. Are all the players ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's get it. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the World of Alterra. The Shattered Vault Sphere, Episode 23, Rise of the Rebellion, Part 2. As you can see, we've made some improvements. Albina is now the source of all doom.
Yay!
We now have optional camera layout
Hooray!
and a text screen for the chat, as well as just a nice little layout. I still think the frame needs to be brought in a little bit, so there's a little bit of a border around it for the wooden
It's
panel
fine.
behind that.
It's first
Everyone's
draft.
a critic.
It is draft one. Yeah.
Just saying, it's a tiny little thing that makes all the difference.
Chat, who uses that?
Sheepbeard.
Yeah, Cheapbeard tends to use it.
The ever ongoing mystery of who the Sheepbeard is. That Chris
The
seems
Sheepbeard-
to know, but no one else does.
The sheepbeard's followed me as well, so thank you.
I really want to know who it is.
I mean, they are a sheep with a beard, or they have a beard made of sheep.
Then
What more is
clearly-
there to know?
They're clearly that pirate character that I made for that one-shot flashback after Al Overdue, who was actually called Captain Woolenbeard.
Oh no.
And he's just
God.
gained sentience. and in a Twitch account.
Wait, did our game literally hack the internet and
Yes.
become one with it?
As far as I'm concerned, yes.
The character
Is that
has
why you're
become
the
sentient.
apocalypse now?
Yes.
Ah, damn, I forgot about
You
it.
even have
Emmy, unfortunately,
right.
was one of the sacrifices of me not having enough time this week.
That's why I thought I'd check if Emmy's eventually gonna get a character sheet.
Emmy was the
Quite possibly.
wobbling mound, wasn't it?
Emmy is the
Your pet doesn't get a big
shambling,
mound.
the shambling
Your pet doesn't
shrub
get
that
that
Alvina
lost.
is convinced that I am convinced looks like Shaman from Pokemon.
Right.
So a tiny little bush
Also-
hedgehog.
Yes.
Also, you know how like the big one is a shambling mount.
Yeah.
Would it just be like a shaking shrub or a trembling shrub?
Trembling shrub!
Since it's just a wee lad, you know.
Ambling. It's an ambling shrub.
There
Oh, no,
we
I
go.
like that.
See it. There we go. Because
What?
shamble means, you know, it's quite a big
Movement.
presence.
movement.
It's a big movement. Whereas it's just a little lad, so it needs to be a smaller movement.
It's an
It's
ambling
like
A shuffling mound?
Shuffling shrub.
Yeah,
Shuffling, no, it's
it's like
ambling shrub. I
a
like
small
ambling.
mound is just a lump, isn't it? So it's just a shuffling lump.
No, it's a plant.
We
A
do
lump
like
could be
shrub.
anything. Yeah, lump could be anything. We can't call it a shambling lump because it could literally mean anything. Technically, like most of the characters could be ambling lumps.
Yeah, true.
I think it's got to be a Berberus. It's got to be prickly.
No. Well, it might be, but Alvin hasn't noticed.
Find out all these things and more
Pyrocancer.
in the campaign.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had some things happen. So before we get a quick round check, let's do a quick recap. The players have finally arrived at the Mines of Avarice on their way to retrieve the last of the Void Arcanite propellers stolen from their ships by the Oni, and also in the pursuit of helping out some the Oni twins they've made allies or temporary allies with, as well as Void Prime, in order to maybe do a little bit of regicide. And to do this, they need to get up to the Oni King's palace through the mines. In the pursuit of the mines, they've also come across what appears to be a large collection of Noid slaves working in the mines underneath the Oni thrall, as well as some ogre slave masters. During an attempt to free them, the professor valiantly gave their life and was then subsequently nuked by the Eye of Phoenix.
Yeah, I
Oh,
drew them all
no.
into one spot. I set them up. Alvina just knocked them down.
They're
That's how I want to go in real life.
As you
me
can
throwing a
imagine,
fireball that
ripped apart.
blows up everything around you.
No, yeah, well, not the being ripped apart first by giants thing. Just sacrificing myself to save people.
as you can imagine, this
And have a
explosion
chat
has
with the
rocked
Reaper.
the caravan, or the caravan has rocked the cavern.
Rock the caravan.
Rock the
Oh,
ca-
okay.
There's a caravan above the cavern which is shaking with like, what the fuck
Yeah.
just happened?
There's a guy. There's a
Hey,
traveler.
hey, hey, man, this is not good.
Has
What
left a
is
crater in the ground and brought up a wash of just debris and smoke and chalk and all kinds of particles into the air as the area becomes heavily obscured. A blast of hot furnace like air pushes all the players back, knocking out a few. There, your eyes are stinging and you're choking. As we are going to do a couple seconds time, or what could be a couple seconds to a couple minutes time skip, as kind of the ringing in your ear subsides a little bit enough that you can actually regain consciousness or regain focus on what has actually happened. Um, as this happens, you see what appears to be a large inferno of fire still in the center of the cavern, in the shape of a massive Sauron's eye, looking through the misty chalk like cover.
That's actually happening. That's not good.
Yep. But with that, let's quickly remind ourselves of the players who are still alive. Wolfie, why don't you start us off?
Howdy, I am Wolfie Bait. I am the one playing Alvina Alanor, the Avatar of Destruction. And Alvina is also the Avatar of Destruction. I'm playing Barbarian. Hi, I'm one of the streamers.
There, Zormir.
Hi, I'm Bob. I'm playing Dr. Zormir. I am not streaming. We're having Ben stream instead of me because he's going to have to take over next week when me and Jamie are away. I am the artificer who's currently standing in front of the only surviving ogre.
Don't worry, we'll just take him prisoner like we did last one. That went so
Right.
well.
No, he's just going to be another one of the spies for the many nations, just to see how dangerous we are if you mess with us.
Fuck you.
Hi, I'm Fuck You, piloted by Ben. I'm currently streaming this, so if anything breaks, it's my fault. Fuck You has been just running around the last couple of weeks, not doing much. He did hand off this big a ball to
Crystal ball, wasn't it?
Alvina. Yeah, crystal ball to Alvina, just to see what would happen when she threw it, and a big explosion happened, and he's now kicking himself for not using it on Big Toe.
But to be
Alvina,
fair, this giant column of fire looks beautiful.
It does.
looks
It looks very
gorgeous.
good.
It's beautiful.
It's pretty.
You feel
get another one.
something sting in your soul.
Also, Fuck You is a goblin arsonist, so that, I forgot to mention. So,
So
yeah,
beautiful.
very pretty.
Gwen.
I am Dia. I play Gwen, and I feel just it sucks as Zormir is standing next to the one enemy left. So I'm going to have to go rescue his goddamn cowhide. And I don't want to.
Quite possibly. Lou.
Hi, I'm Neil. Play Lou Grim, Warlock Sorcerer Fling, and we'll see what happens.
We will see what.
What happens? Assassin.
Hello. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. My name is Assassin. I am a kobold question mark.
I
Squid.
am a thing.
I am a bit dazed from the explosion. Yep, that's definitely what we're going for. This is roleplay. Character choice. And so far I'm just very upset because I'm very dry now. And the squids don't like it. It's very humid in here. It's not my environment.
Not because
Squid Boy doesn't like the humidity. Fair enough. The Point, aka hashtag Sad Boy.
Hi there. I'm Ali. I'm playing the Point, who is a dwarf bard artificer who just saw his friend get ripped apart by Oni, and then the corpse get nuked. He's not happy right now.
You try and make some new
Assassin
friends in this
hasn't
new world.
realized it yet. You know?
Yeah.
I think most of the party might not have realised the Professor got nuked to the assassin and Alvina.
I mean,
And the Professor probably noticed.
No, they were dead.
No,
I was
they never
ringside
saw a
at
thing.
And last but not least, James, why don't you just say hi as a person?
hi, I'm James, and I've just worked out who Sheepbeard is. I've solved the mystery.
Solve the mystery.
I have, but I'm not. I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Fair enough.
Okay.
You know, it's gonna end up that everybody knows, but no one's gonna say, and then like everyone's just gonna forever keep the secret while everyone collectively knows. I like this mystery.
Everyone's gonna keep the
Yeah.
secret independently of everyone else.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm playing as nobody right now.
Mhm.
Corpse.
Because my character has just been nuked by.
I
I
think
mean-
being nuked is the most extreme form of, you know.
Yeah. I mean, all I can imagine is Korg at the end of Ragnarok. It's good. The foundations are still there. We can build on this. Oh no, never mind. It's gone.
Ooh.
Oh, it's okay. We still got a corpse. We can eventually resurrect. No, corpse is gone.
Yeah. I am atoms in the air, smoldering rubble, and generally not
Happy.
there anymore.
Or if there are any
you
bits,
can be a fire elemental.
if there are any
I
bits left,
be.
there's a small chance that a particle of you is somewhere in there.
Nah.
Unlikely.
I mean, it also depends on if the fire reached the ethereal plane as well.
It might have.
Probably.
Who knows?
And that's
I
me. I'm
am
playing nobody.
Chris McKenzie. I will be your DM for today in this wild, chaotic tale through the minds of avarice. Let's see if the players' greed get the best of them.
Yes, it will.
As we return, so as I've described, you are all coming to after this very sudden shock to the system. The blast of heat, the ringing in your ears, the scratchy ash at the back of your throat. The very humid. It is humid, right? The
No,
very
it's dry.
They're very
It's
dry.
dry, the
yeah.
opposite.
Yeah. What's the opposite of humid? It's just dry.
Dry.
Arid.
Yeah.
The
Arid.
very
humid.
dry sensation
Sparse,
across
I
your
guess.
brow as every
Arid.
bit of moisture
that's the
in
word.
your skin is just dried out.
Absolutely disgusting. We hate it.
Like I said, there is an obscuring fog of just throw up from rubble and rock fragments and dust.
Stationary
no.
pyroclastic flow, essentially.
Yep. But even
I think
through this, you can see the burning eye of Imix still lingering in the area. It looks like the heat is kind of dissipating through it, and obviously the cavern is now immensely hot and comfortably hot. But the eye hasn't fully dissipated, and it seems to look around with some form of semblance of sentience.
Wave at it. Hi!
Let's go around, check, and ask what everyone wants to do first before Alvina says hi to the eye of burning
Hi,
fire.
Primordial.
Yep.
I
Okay, so we
can I-
got.
Can I
Yeah.
go first? I want to be alive. What do you have for me there?
Oh, let me just
Can I go second? That will be
You
best
fresh
to
out of
remain
that?
dead.
Yeah,
I think
so
you're fresh out of
that.
alive.
Being alive.
Yeah.
You know, actions have consequences, and the moral of this story is if you try to be a hero, you'll die. And you should all just be awful people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you mean my entire vibe?
Mhm.
Yes.
That's literally my entire vibe.
Assassin's gonna die not from being a hero. They're gonna die from Alvina being a hero, and Assassin's just in the bag.
Orlin wants
God
to
dang it.
Orlin.
Hero by association.
All right, Zormir, as you regain your shooken senses, what would you like to do?
Oh, this is very bad for me. You've just said you've superheated this room. I'm the only one in fucking armor. Plaster to me. I've had to
Anyone
doff.
want beef hot pot? Anyone?
I have doffed my armor, and I'm now holding the gun with my only one arm, pointing at this ogre, going, "Fuck!"
Standing on one leg.
What the fuck
One
happened?
To your relief, the ogre has kind of fallen back onto one knee and is now just kind of clutching at his head, kind of just looking around, choking on the chalk, and clearly is just as disoriented as you are. They are no longer in a hostile attacking mood right now. They are in a, oh shit, what the fuck just happened?
What just
mood
happened?
just now.
Yep. Because have you superheated the room? I have definitely had to doff my armor now.
Okay, so you're doffing your armor and then keeping an eye on this ogre. Fukyu.
Fuck you's just staring at the eye.
Yeah,
Alright, you
fuck
stare
you.
at the eye. Are you staring at anywhere visible? Are you hiding from it?
Oh no, he's just standing in the open behind Alvina at the moment.
Fair enough.
And
All right, so you
Fukyu
got
is very, very small right now.
Yeah,
Fukyu and Alvina looking at the eye.
fuck you is a little bit small at the moment. Needs to be resized.
Yeah, that's
no, that's just because they're small.
There we go.
Gwent.
You're a small boy.
Just move up behind Zormir and stab him with a healer pack, just so he gets a bit of health.
Stab him with a healing knife.
All right, Assassin.
You want one of the gel packs to cool him down.
Fire extinguisher.
Lou, what would you like to do for the first segment?
I'm gonna try and see if I can hide behind Susie.
Yeah, you do so. Mostly just for the general vibes. It doesn't have to be exactly in action, just what you're wanting to initially do. And you can obviously change this as the scenario changes. Assassin.
I want to be like looking for water, alcohol, like just anything I can just dunk myself in. You know.
Okay, so you're gonna be quickly and frantically searching for some way to hydrate.
Pretty much, yeah.
There are barrels of flint oil there.
I'm pretty much like, if
Gunpowder.
anybody's standing nearby me, you just get this like distinct like feeling like you want squid rings, like calamari. Like, you're just like,
No,
you know,
you're lucky Alvina's distracted.
you know, there's just that little hint of calamari energy.
I love calamari.
Like frantically running around, like also probably yelling like hat 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 as they're running along like the really warm rock. You know.
That's fair. And the point.
The point is just going to grip harder onto Susie's neck. Just going to bury his face in there.
Into the armored scales.
Yep.
Okay, so as you do so, to the south, the scene plays out slowly. The ogre just kind of slowly getting their bearing as you guys keep a watchful eye on them. But you can, with the kind of burning heat coming from the south off the eye, kind of illuminating through the blown away cavern walls. You can see the ogre kind of just leaning over and, oh, what the fuck is that thing? To the middle of the cavern, Alvina and Fuku, you stand watching Alvina. You're waving to the eyes. The eye very quickly snaps around and stares at you, and you can feel this burning intensity staring into your soul as you hear an echo in your mind, a voice that drips with magma, with a gruffness of 1,000 cigarette smoke.
I'm not losing this staring contest!
And let's actually do it public, just telepathy pushing out into the room so that everyone hears this. For those with low wisdom, it feels like a burning poker has been poked into the center of your brain. With those with a little bit higher wisdom, you're able to kind of decompartmentalize the pain and kind of just push it to the peripherals of your mind as this voice booms out. Yes. Burn! Consume!
Yes, master.
He calls me.
Fuck you!
I am Alvina.
You bring destruction.
What the fuck did
told-
they do?
I've been told that before.
What was your purpose in releasing my essence? Not seen since the days of war. You are not primordial.
We thought it'd be cool.
We wanted to see what would happen, and I'm okay with the result.
Oh god, they're being fucking idiots.
Yeah, what do you expect?
You think you have the right
Brent,
to
could I get
utilize my energy.
Yes.
Yes.
Brent, could you give me a lift to them? My arm is a little hot right now. I'll need to wait to cool off before I can put it back on.
Right, come on, I'll get you to the corner.
You can see the rest of the slay or the now freed rebellion members frantically making way to the nearest exit, trying to just
Zippy's
take
staying,
some
right?
cover.
Zippy's joining the party, isn't he?
You see Zippy still just watching, kind of just getting a tan, turning his body around in the blazing sky.
Now there are three of them.
The remaining Noid survivors.
I've still got my
Actually, I don't think
vitality
Zippy-
up.
The ones that
If I
didn't get
health as
looked.
well.
Can I gesture the ogre
was that,
to
TR?
come with us as well?
6 health points for Zippy. Keep him alive.
Hey!
Ooh, well, I don't know what that was, but that felt great. And
You're cutting out a bit, Chris.
Yeah,
Zippy.
you're peeking out and cutting out.
Interesting. The stream is also cutting in and out for me. I think that might be my internet connection.
Right,
Interesting.
could just be your
Weird.
headset.
Can you hear me now?
Aw.
Mm-hmm.
It literally just could be your headset though.
It was every so often you were just like cutting out of the audio, but you were like coming back.
Yeah,
in the
it's mostly when your voice gets loud and high pitched.
Yeah.
Because I can hear
Yeah, we're
I
not
can
all
hear some
dogs.
of your I can hear some of your extra bits that everyone else can't hear, and it's only peaking and cutting out when you get too high pitched.
Well, apparently Zippy then is going to have a lower voice.
Yeah,
And-
yeah, unfortunately so.
Just give him
I
a
just
slightly
gotta have
more
less of an
crazy
old
voice.
minor voice.
Or just get a better
Oh.
mic.
Hey, this is a
Simply
good
just get a
mic.
better mic.
This mic.
Yeah, better
He's
mic.
all reliable.
Mhm.
The mic is sufficient.
Barely.
Mm.
All right, back to the session.
Mhm.
Gesture to the ogre
No,
to
let's
follow.
spend the next 4 hours judging microphone quality. That's what we all want to do on a fucking Friday night.
I mean, some people do so.
that's
could be out
Tuesday for
having
me,
a
so you know.
An actual wife.
You.
Disgusting.
What
I would
did
think.
you destroy with my energy, I wonder?
Ogres. And a
Like
robot-looking guy.
6 Oni, a robot, like 3 ogres, couple of trolls, a significant portion of the mine's structure,
And some innocent
I've
people
got-
as well.
and some possibly
got
innocent
written-
people.
I've got written down 4 ogres actually. Also a cannon.
2 of them are dead, is the thing. Oh yeah, and a cannon. And a shot put.
So you use my very essence to destroy the weakest of my creations.
Ah,
Oh, you made them.
ah.
I made all giant kin.
Really? That's good to know, actually. Thank you.
Do you not know who you speak with?
Haven't the faintest idea.
Big eye.
We're
Aye,
not really
maybe
locals.
a trace, an essence, a lingering presence of sentience upon the damage that you have inflicted. But even then, I have enough energy remaining to annihilate every single one of you. I bow and beg that I show mercy upon your weakling race.
Fuck you,
I
too,
feel-
Silver
Could assassin like pop out of just essentially a nearby barrel, which I'm assuming is probably filled with like pickles or something like that? Because you know
Sandy
water wouldn't really survive, you know. But pops out and just goes,
Maybe
yeah,
get a
you
hot
know,
bath.
for your first contact with an unknowable and far more powerful entity than you all, you're really beefing it. Like step it up, do more groveling, and then pops back into barrel. I don't want to die. You can hear vaguely from the barrel.
By the way, we have mushroom wine still, assassin. That's in Alvina's bag. Do you want to be in that?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so fuck you turns around to the rest of the party and goes, how is he talking? He's not got a mouth.
You don't need a mouth to do talking. No, I can talk without looking at my mouth.
I mean, you still got a mouth, but...
It's close, though.
Yeah, but
I
also,
don't know, but what the fuck did you summon?
Big eye.
I don't know. Who are you again?
I am but the essence of the great Imix, consumer of all.
Oh shit!
Giver
you
of
yeah,
life.
Alvina, is
you
he
hear
related to you?
you hear assassin from mushroom wine going, oh fuck, like really quietly.
We're gonna
Father
get on.
of flame.
Oh, wait a minute. Were you the guy that what was it? Someone's actually mentioned this to Alvina. Were you the guy that made red dragons?
One of my finest creations, yes.
I'm a big fan.
Ah. Ah.
Then you do best to serve me respect, least I think you conspiring with my enemies.
Conspiring with who?
I give him a big ass salute.
We got some
That's
red
the
dragon
problem.
eggs.
With being the most powerful, the greatest, the most sophisticated, the creator of all, is that you have a lot of enemies, from outside and within the factions.
Oh,
I get
Oh
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
assassin's
we know
going
that.
like,
I know
don't
we're
mention
hated
I'm
by a lot of people here.
here. Just,
Uh.
yeah, don't mention I'm here. I'm not here. Don't mention me. I'm not here. Like over and over again.
We have pissed
I
off a
mean-
few people.
Piss off a
Do you
lot
know
of
Big
people.
Toe?
I mean,
I have never heard of such a creature.
I mean, we can
He's
keep
annoying.
your
You're not-
friend. We
you're
can
not
keep your
missing
friend over there, and he can keep an eye on us if you really want.
Who?
That guy, the only one of you that you haven't killed, pointing at the ogre over there.
I told you to kill that one.
I thought we were gonna keep him as a spy for the giants. We seem to be gathering spice so they can keep an eye on us now.
Yes, what an intelligent proposal. Keep an ogre as a spy, so that you may learn more about me and my kin. It'd be a shame if your ogre were to... As you just see a blast of energy shoot out towards the ogre as he disintegrates into ash.
Oh, I meant
Nice.
him keep an eye on us.
How'd you do that?
Not the other way around.
That was really cool.
Can you teach me how to do that?
Yeah, thank you for doing so. Thank you
Would
for.
you like to learn by demonstration?
No.
No, thank
Well,
you.
you just
I
demonstrated
can.
it. I want to know how you did it.
Yeah.
But the best way to learn is to experience it firsthand.
You just did
volunteer?
it. You just did it. I experienced it. I want to know how you did it.
I mean, I know.
Your constant questioning annoys me. Answer my question, or I will answer for you, peasant.
I answered your question with a question. So answer my question and I'll answer yours.
Very well. Well, your fate is sealed. As I need a dexterity saving throw from Fukyu.
Well, it was nice knowing you.
Honestly, if
19,
fuck
not
you is
bad.
taken out by the
Probably not
same
good enough.
explosion creature that takes without the professor, I will find that gloriously ironic.
I'll have you know, I'm immortal.
This is gonna put that to the
Yes.
test. This is gonna be put that to the test.
I'm actually pulling up the DC for what the.
I imagine
actual
it might
item is.
actually be higher than 20.
Oh,
if any
yeah.
one of these DCs is gonna be higher than 20,
Oh.
Of course, it's going to be higher.
Oh,
than 20.
yeah.
Would you like to do anything before I announce the results?
Uh-oh.
Sneak past them, maybe?
Oh, wait a minute. Does this count as? You
This
ate
counts
one.
as a
You ate at least one of the
rogue
dragon
attack.
eggs, didn't you?
I've eaten one of
fuck
the
you.
dragon eggs at some point, yeah.
Okay, Alvina is gonna try and catch the fire in one of the primordial fire containers.
Oh, that's a point. Can I use points
She's
that
gonna
off
like
here?
shot put it into the middle of it. She's gonna like throw it out in the middle of the fire lance that I'm assuming is coming.
Yeah, I want to hold Sawdust's key in like towards it.
All right. Alvina, give me a. I am gonna say also Dex check since you're reacting to this. This will cost you a reaction to do.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So give me a Dex save.
If you're,
Yeah, give me a dex save.
I've not got proficiency in dex saves, so it works either way. So.
Yeah, just give me a Dex save.
Oh, actually, do I have advantage on this? I would have advantage actually because barbarian. I can definitely see it.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
Natural 20.
Oh!
For a 23.
Capturing fire in the
All
jar.
right. And fuck you. Give me either a Dex save or a sleight of hand check, your choice. I can say either apply.
My
To quick draw the key.
quick draw.
Slide. Right, yeah, my dex save is higher, so I'm going to use that. But not high enough.
Unfortunately, as you you're a little bit too slow in the draw to pull out the key, and a little bit too slow in the draw to like move out of the way as well. But just before it hits you, you see just a flash of movement. And Alvina, describe to me how you catch this ray of fire.
She just like has a quick like eyes go really wide for a brief moment, reaches into her bag with one hand as she's diving to the side and like full on oh there's a movie which does it. Basically, she just holds the jar in front of her and just grabs the fireball in the jar and like combat rolls to the side with whatever it is into it.
As you do so, you hear a roar of frustration come up from Imix's eye. Impudent! You dare interfere in my sleigh? You will suffer next.
At this
As I
point,
need
Fuck you's going to try fire sort of into Imix.
That's fair. Go ahead and give me a just give me like a Dex attack roll with
Dex attack.
proficiency, and Alvina, give me another Dex save as a
Proficiency.
bolt of fire comes towards you.
I'm just going to use my dagger.
I'm definitely using that destiny.
Yeah, I'm going to use my dagger because that's Dex and proficiency. Not 20!
9. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I'm taking this face first.
So unfortunately, Alvina's going to get hit before Sawdoff can get into the eye, but you launch that perfectly into the center of the eye. But first, this is a deadly amount of damage for a tier 2 character.
Yeah.
As you take 67 fire damage.
I'm fine. Actually, surprisingly.
Still a lot.
As it just narrowly misses you and scorches across one side of your body. But while that's happening, you watch as Sawdoff's key hits into the center of the eye and actually stabilizes there, kind of swirling on its own axis in the void of the eye itself. As you can see energy kind of being pulled into it and see a little flame creature kind of rising from the key itself, the image of Sawdoff that you've come to know, as the creature is just consuming the fire around it. What? You dare consume the ligaments of my energy?
Yeah.
Like,
Your soul is mine!
by the, is the fire actually in the jar, by the
Hey.
way, as well?
The whole.
Oh,
the
and the
whole
first one,
soul
yes.
stealing
You wouldn't have
thing
time
is
to
my
try the
gimmick.
second one, and also you got hit for the second one.
It
I
Was
was
it
only
James?
trying to do it
soul
once. I
stealing
was combat roll.
Yes, you're messing with a very angry little goblin. He will fuck you up. I have dealt
You
with
say
him
to
for
a
years.
literal.
Well
You
done.
say to the
Pissed him
literal
off.
incarnation, original god of fire. That
Your soul is
you know.
mine.
Yeah, incredible. We love essentially little mortal energy.
This is the statement versus. No.
Before my essence vanishes, though, from this realm, know this, that what you see before you, the energy you consume, is but a fragment of my power. My true body and mind are elsewhere, ruling no doubt over their kingdom.
Nah, you're dead.
Wait, is there any connection between you and them?
No, but
Oh.
why does that matter?
You don't happen to know where any pieces of your hat are, do you?
What will happen to my hat?
We have a bit of your crown. It's kind of broken.
What?
Your crown apparently got shattered at some point. We're collecting the bits.
Impossible! You lie! How dare you, mortal?
Sorry to tell you, we're not lying.
As the last of the energy is consumed into the key or dispersed into the air.
You know, I didn't think that would work.
It worked great.
Why the? When the? Who the fuck had that?
Oh, fuck you gave it me.
Yeah, I found it.
The
It was
key
great.
drops into the center of a smoldering crater of ash.
Yep, Fucky's gonna like shimmy down
Fuck
and
you.
go
If you
pick up the
find
key.
anything else, please let us know.
Yeah, I'll be real follow him.
I found many things.
What did you
They did let us know. We just used it.
Yeah.
in advance, please?
That was advance. I knew about it before I threw it. I didn't know what it was, but
Do you see any of the professor down there, by the way?
There's a bit
is
up there,
this
and
bit
there, and
this
there.
bit this bit might be the professor, and I hold up just a chunk of ash that I found.
Is his eye lens anywhere?
It is not.
Mm,
Everything has been destroyed.
yeah.
It's gonna be like the plane's black box recorder and like not be damaged.
All that's left of the professor is their little dragon that's somewhere.
I know.
On
Alvina is very aware of that, but she's not bringing that up
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah. Attached to the cloak of Optimus Prime, or whatever the fuck you call it.
It's Void Prime.
Void Prime.
Void Minius Prime.
My mistake.
Exactly. As you retrieve the key, you can see it's still glowing hot. And as you approach it, it actually swirls a little bit of fire energy, as rising from it is a small fire elemental, larger than the tiny little wisp of a ember spirit previously. As I don't actually have a mini for him yet.
No. Not
So
slightly bigger fires. No. No bigger fires.
Shut off, you grown up!
He's so cute.
You
So,
evolved into Charmeleon.
Kinda.
He's just getting a blank mini slate for now until I can create him a custom fire one.
I'll do one in see if Point can or Ali can make it into a token for me.
Yeah. Well, is it
Yep,
is
yep,
it big? Here's the thing, is it big enough for the Myrmidon armor yet?
Yes.
No, it's a small creature.
Okay.
I believe he needs to be medium for that.
More like Digimon.
However, you see a small fire elemental kind of taking on semblances of Imix themselves, of just this little pillar of fire, these kind of darker red areas of flame that symbolizes the kind of the facial features, the eye, a little bit of a mouth, as well as these kind of tornado-y arms and legs. You know what? I realize I'm just describing the fire tornado guy from WoW.
Yeah, you are.
Ragnar.
Ragnaros, yeah. It's Baby Rag.
Yeah.
Wait,
Hang on.
find Little
It is-
Rag.
it is
Where's
Baby
Little
Rag.
Rag?
Little Rag is an actual thing.
Yeah, Little Rag is actually a
Yep.
thing. I have him, I think.
So it's just baby little
Ragnarok.
mini Ragnaros without the armor.
Without the armor, without Sulfurus.
Yeah, because you've not gotten them for them yet.
We have to find Sulfurus!
So yes, there you go. That without the armor and the hammer.
He's so cute.
Okay, so next question is: does anyone speak Primordial?
No.
Not yet.
You can hear little wisps of what appears to be some form of language.
Yes, I speak primordial.
Hey!
Just Gwent.
I speak, yeah, because I have all the ones so I can be a diplomat. You know.
What are they saying?
Those who
Let
can
me-
hear and come closer, you can
Let me-
hear
let me
the
think.
kind of soft voice emanating from the flame, the little whisper of just, what? What do you want? Stop getting near me. Sod off. Leave me alone. What do you
Yeah,
want?
that's Sod off, you've grown up!
You've made
Yeah,
you
what
made
about
life.
it? What do you want?
This is your baby.
Yes,
This is your child now.
he always has been.
You gotta protect him.
I will do.
You got some food? What do you like?
Life.
Oh, I like this one.
What's
I
it,
do
what do you
as
say?
well.
What do you say?
Life. They want
Life.
life. Give them like I'm like I want to look around and see if there's like any like plant life or anything like that. Is there
You're
any
not
like
feeding it any
weird gross like plant like mushrooms growing in the side of the cave that they get singed by the nuke?
Not
Oh.
anymore, there isn't.
Wait,
What kind of life do you like?
wait a minute. I pull out one of the chloroform tomato plants.
Comes over.
And there.
Tries
You
to
mean
touch
the
it.
non-poisonous ones?
No,
You
the
just see
poison's
the
fire
kind of like
elemental.
wilting. Doesn't burn. Don't like. Sod off.
Oh, okay. So it needs to
I'm
be
gonna-
drier. We need something drier.
Like it's fresh. These are
There's
actually
some wood
fresh.
over there.
I'm gonna doff my armor back so I can move and go to the barrel that was over here and pick that up and say, okay, it wants fire, burnable stuff, and I'm gonna bring over the burning bull gunpowder barrel.
Don't
Doubling
do
over the
that.
flint oil. You bring over the flint oil, you put it down next to it, a little flame creature comes up, immediately dives in, whole thing just
Albini's
lights
Founder
up.
King.
A little firework of flame shoots out the top. You just hear Sawed Off kind of cheering from inside. Burn! Burn!
Okay, so
Immediately
there is a problem with
Backs
the with your child.
He doesn't
They
speak
like
common.
fire. They're very enthusiastic about their hobbies.
Yeah, nothing wrong
But
with that.
also their hobby is very dry. Can they get a different one?
No, he's my son.
It's for Pig. You gotta make sure you feed him every day.
I mean, hang on. You start digging through his bag.
What else do you have?
Uh,
Ooh! I've got an idea.
What?
Hey, Sodolf, do you want some of these? And I just pull out and I just grab into the spice pouch and pull out some red arcanite.
No.
Oh no!
What the hell?
What? Okay, what is it?
It's a
How do you
spicy.
deliver the spice?
I'll basically
Yeah,
put it on.
I-
Alvina's not quite stupid enough to just give it to it immediately. She'll put it on the ground and take a few steps back.
Yeah, I feel like Assassin would be like, how do you feel about Arcanite? What's that vibe give you? Have you heard of that?
Let me go try. As he just kind of just whooshes over it on top of it, and you can see just their form kind of shimmer and shake a little bit as suddenly, as if fireworks have gone off, little bolts of lightning and all kinds of strange energy effects just shoot out from him, and you kind of just hear him chanting,
I think he likes it.
Oh, I don't. Oh no, that's not a
Yeah,
good laugh.
no.
No.
I can tell what that laugh is. I've had that laugh before. You know, it's
More.
kind of weird seeing it on this side.
Must burn more.
Oh,
While you guys are all doing that, the rest of the slaves are
What?
kind of forming around the back lines here towards the point, and Abigail and Zippy and Zormir, if that's where you still are, just kind of coming
yeah,
up.
we'll move back there.
Is it over? What now? What? What's that?
The Yes, the rebellion has conquered the mine, my
We
friends.
won!
Have you
Due
conquered the
to
rest of it?
no, we're going. We need to work on that part. Uh,
Oh, okay, so it's not over.
for forewarning, we have allied ourselves with some powerful Oni
Come on.
to help conquer the king.
They're against the king.
Yes,
Just,
so please don't freak out if you see a stone giant and two Oni.
I mean, yeah, it's no more unusual than everything else I've seen today. I'm not quite sure what I've seen today.
Alvina at work.
Hi!
I'm gonna
I mean, he's
stick
got
with
a big
flashlight.
grin, half burnt, covered in ash, covered in blood that's probably dried at this point.
And Zippy, you tone down a little bit. I see that you're gonna.
No, stay at that level. We like it.
I don't
think
want you to die.
I've heard my voice.
I've got
This is
some.
Zippy's voice now.
I've got something for that.
Zippy's too old for this.
I've got something for that. And I go into the spice pouch and I pull out some honey. Eat this, it'll help.
Okay. No, voice is still like this, but that does feel better, so thank you.
No worries. Imagine everyone else is
I will-
backing the fuck away from Alvina.
Yeah.
Probably right.
The point is also backing the fuck away from Alvina.
Why?
But you can see it, the rest of the freed slaves now just kind of picking themselves up, bandaging up any cuts or wounds from the massive explosion that sent them all spiraling backwards, and beginning to kind of pick up their weapons and reform behind Abigail and the rest of the more sane members of the party.
Point. Do you know how you could maybe attach that cannon to one of our? Or do we have anything? Because you seem
What's
to be.
something?
Oh,
You
We
seem to
have
have a
two
little more
cars.
luck with that cannon than I did.
yeah.
I mean, I'm no
He
artillerist.
was the gunner on the ship. Of course, he's better with the cannon than you.
We've got cars. We also have Hydra.
Yeah, well, I've got something for it. And I just
Oh.
pull out one of the giant silver chains and just like pull it taut.
Oh, are you going to
You
attach
see
it to
Drax
Susie
just
with
kind of
that?
shake a little bit. Ugh.
So it's okay, Drax.
I really do hate those things, you know.
Yeah.
Reminds me of bad times. I really don't like my freedom being infringed upon. But also, did I mistakenly see you use the essence of Imex to explode a group of Oni?
Yes.
Yeah.
Seems a bit radical, but it was effective, I'll give you that. If
And then sort of ate his soul.
a waste of. Yes, no, I saw that too. That was also very quizzical.
I
Not
still
quite
have a
sure
bit
what
of,
I've just witnessed here
I
today.
still have a bit of it here. Because one of the dragon egg-sized jars full of flames.
But just, I more wanted to ask why do you have what is considered to be one of the most powerful weapons in the military arsenal of the primordial monarchy?
Found it. It was in a box.
Oh, you found it! You found one of the most powerful weapons of the primordial military in a
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that
It's
answers my
amazing what
question. Thank
people
you.
leave lying about these days.
I mean, it was safe. It was in a box.
Yeah.
Strong money bags asking Spyro where he gets all his gems from, but he's there.
We missed a trick there. We could have got information out of him.
We
Oh,
did.
too late. You didn't do a counteroffer.
We did plenty. We got lots of information that was very useful.
You see Abigail even just kind of shaking a little bit off. You know, this party still manages to surprise me.
Even me.
It's only been 2 days since we left the camp.
It's been a great 2 days, though.
You don't
Yeah,
know
normally-
a day over 3 years.
Normally it's about the time where like the professor makes some comment about how they're better than us and then goes and does something that's like 3 times worse. You gonna do that yet? Just like looks over, looks back, like looks around, just goes,
Speaking of which,
where'd they go?
where are they?
They were being torn to pieces by the Oni that I threw the fireball at.
The point just points at the crater.
What? Like, I'd like to go over to the crater and look in it. Is there
You're
anything
fucking
left?
kidding.
There is 0 things left.
If it's any consolation, they were already dead.
Maybe a middle finger.
No, wait a minute. No. They have to come back right now. Because I don't get my secret. I don't get my secret. No. The secret was when the professor comes back.
They outplayed you.
This is how the loophole works.
Yeah.
They
The
outplayed
fucker
you.
died just to outdo me and stranded me in the middle of this random cave because they decided to kidnap me, and they get to die, and now I just have to stay here and do all this fucking bullshit? No, absolutely not.
We all deal with grief in different ways, don't we?
Well, you're going to come along with us, aren't you?
Of course they are.
Well,
Because I don't think you've got much of a choice there. But what the fuck, Alvina?
But don't you think we should Assassin free now?
Yeah, that means I can go home.
You're already
free. No. You misunderstood me. When I said free, I meant free to the big goopy tentacle monster in the sky. Free.
Oh no, you're not killing me, buddy. I'm sorry, no.
Sword.
Either you bring the professor back so I get my secret, and then you can kill them again. Oh no, wait, I want to kill them this time, and then I can escape.
Also, I can't be blamed for the fireball this time. I was handed it, and I actually didn't know what was going to happen. I'm okay with it, but I didn't know what was going to happen.
I didn't know what was going to happen either.
That makes it a little better.
Usually,
I'm okay with it, but I didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Usually,
Wait.
Have a body of something, you can bring it back. But there's not even a body there.
You all seem really cool about the fact you just nuked someone. Like, fair enough. Like, I get it. Like, me too.
We're
like,
still
if I
all
could
in
nuke
shock.
someone,
I mean, it's
I'd
not the
probably
first
nuke
time.
someone.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately it isn't.
Technically,
Wow,
you nuked 17 people. But
You all really compartmentalize this really quick. Yeah, but like, we knew
Yes,
the
I've
professor.
had
They
to.
had a face, sort of. I guess. I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest here. I have seen so many of my family members, relatives, people I grew up with, horrifically die in fire all the time because they just jumped into it. Okay. You get a bit jaded after a few.
No wonder you're as intelligent as you are.
Why are they jumping to fire?
Oh, it's just it's a thing back home. Don't worry about it.
There's a difference between choosing to jump into fire and being fire thrown at you.
They were already dead. I told you.
Are you sure?
Yes. Their head was in one of the Oni's hands.
Unfortunately, it does mean, as the killer of the professor, you inherit the professor's secret debt. And there is obviously, interest on that, so that's 3 secrets.
Okay. So here's 3 secrets.
The rate of inflation these days.
Yeah, I know inflation's terrible, but we gotta keep the secret economy stable.
First of all, if you put soy sauce on pork, tastes 50 times better.
Oh, okay. Anyone know what pork is?
It's made out of
Wild
pig.
boar. It's wild boar.
Okay.
Mhm.
Doesn't
Also-
count as a second secret.
Second secret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dogs do exist.
Yes.
They do.
I knew it. I had it. Everyone called me mad. I knew it all this time.
And I'm just gonna see if I actually have the cantrip. Yes, I do. I have a minor illusion, like a beagle, in my hand.
Beagle. Yes.
A handheld eagle.
Assassin makes like a squee noise, but because it's squid, it just sounds like terrifying. You know?
You know what?
Yeah.
It's that noise that Zoidberg constantly makes in Futurama, isn't it?
Pretty much. Yeah. I'm imagining like
Third
they're
secret.
excited, but you're not sure what's happening. You know? The energy
Third
is
secret.
unconfirmed.
Alvina's dog is not a dog.
It is a dog.
All right. What about this one then? And then changes it to a Doberman.
Still handheld
Like-
size or
Still handheld size, yeah.
Wait.
Here's the secret. I got flown back to my village as a kid by a red dragon.
Ooh.
You're
Is
very
this
nice.
why you're obsessed with dragons?
Maybe. It's at least one of the reasons.
And I see you caught some of that damn fire in that jar.
We're gonna hatch more dragon
right.
eggs.
Does it have an eye, by the way, staring around? Chris?
Sorry, say that again.
The Imix fire in the jar that I'm currently holding up. Does it actually have an eye looking around?
It does not. It is just a swirling vortex of fire.
Yep.
Is the crater like if I stood in the crater, could anyone see me?
It's pretty quite
Like
big.
is it a deep crater? A
You're
deep
kind of
enough
small,
crater?
so
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
it's 3 feet deep.
Is it
Okay,
made
so
of
that's
obsidian?
pretty much my height.
No,
Give me
it's made of
proud.
ash.
Yeah.
Well,
So
there might
I'm
be some
gonna
obsidian in there.
you could
Yeah, I'm
camouflage
gonna-
yourself.
Well, if you dug through the ash, who knows what comes to the bottom of it? You cannot see any obsidian from where you're looking at it.
I'm gonna jump into the crater, and like put something into like I guess like the ash, like the loose ash, and then hop back out again.
All right, you do so.
I'm gonna message James about that.
Okay. Good to know.
She's just written like "fuck you, you bastard" or something like that.
Aha, they are real.
All right, what would the party like to do?
By the way, could we have a nap? I feel kind of weird.
Yes, we should maybe
It's been a
organise
long
with-
day. We fought a
Uh,
devil, we fought some Onis, we fought more Onis, we fought some ogres, we let some
Killed the
trolls
professor.
loose, killed the professor.
Alvina, as you're looking around, you actually see that Abigail hasn't moved from the spot near the crater, and she looks pale from the glance from the side of your eyes.
Over and pat her, like, put a hand on
When
her and
do
say,
you
"Okay,
maybe want to check on Abigail?
I'm doing it."
Are you okay?
Yeah, you okay?
They're actually dead.
Better them than us.
Unfortunately, yes. But
I hug her. Don't say
Oh,
anything
not
else.
even
I
a
just
hug.
hug her.
In the meantime,
Yeah,
Fucky's
now
pulled some
you've
oil
broken
flasks.
her
Yeah.
ribs.
Fucky's
It's
pulled
a
some oil
nice hug.
flasks out of his bag of holding and thrown them to sod off.
What are you bringing out your bag holding?
Oil flask.
Ah, fair, okay. You see him kind of just dancing around, like flinging the oil up and trying to eat it, just causing little sparks of little tiny explosions as they go.
Brent, could you come with me and organize the people here so we can check that this place is secure and maybe take rest? Yeah.
I don't think we can take rest here.
Well,
What with a big
or,
boom and explosion, people will be coming.
or at
People will
least
probably already be coming.
could you at least scout further in and see where they could come from? I'll try and organize these people. I don't think Abigail's quite in the Up to that now.
Abigail probably on her knees, like quite sad,
Praying.
being hugged by Alvina from
What was the
behind.
professor saying? There was another way out. Was it
She
north?
actually doesn't. She looks pale and kind of in shock, but she doesn't look sad so much as just kind of facing mortality for the first time. She even kind of, eventually, after a couple
Keep them
seconds of your
sheltered.
hug, she kind of pushes you away a little bit and just kind of shakes herself out of it. She's still pale. No, Gwen's right. It's too late to turn back now. They'll have heard that for all through the cave system. There's no way they didn't. They'll be sending everything to investigate. There's no way they don't just assume that something bad is coming.
I mean, your dad probably heard that as well.
Possibly. You good then? And Alvina puts her arm out to help with, because she was on her knees, right? So help us do her feet.
No, she was just standing at the edge of the crater.
Okay. You good?
She kind of just gives a little short nod. We have to. There'll be more slaves inside the cavern. If we're gonna do this, we have to do this quick. And before they can, I don't know, start lining up
Horrifying.
slaves for fodder, or I don't know what they think, but we can't just let them be at risk.
Alvina, you're one of the fastest as well. We need to find these Oni as well, because we have to meet them somewhere here. The
It was
exit
at the
of
base
the
of the
cave.
tower. It was at the base of the tower, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Not in the mines.
And wasn't it past the mines? Or
Yeah, it was
just
behind. It
past-
was past the mine.
just past
It
the
was at the top of the mines. The mines are 3-layered, and apparently there's a central staircase into the mines where you can go up the levels.
That'll
Oh.
be where they're fortifying them. By the way, before I do go running off ahead, can I have some medical attention, please?
Yep, I was about to pump a couple of.
Because about half of my body is severely burned right now. I've got a lot of bruises and maiming.
Have 28 health points.
Heck yeah, I'm at about half health now.
Yeah, let's give you another one for another 15.
That is 43, right?
28. Yeah, 43. So that's all my second level spells gone now. I'm down to first level spells, a few rituals, and some other bits.
Yeah, that should do enough. Essentially, I'm not quite at full health, but I'm pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at 16 down instead of like 60 odd. So.
It's always good.
Yeah, it's still a bit blistered, a bit burnt, but it's like, right. Cracks her neck. So where do you want me to check?
You scout ahead and see if you can find if anyone's coming or anyone else from the slaves inside here. We will, the slower of us will organize these people here, and we'll. Shall we move back out of here, or will we move further in, or?
Well,
I don't.
we need to find the staircase. Does anyone know where the staircase is?
I think that might help.
Just everyone points to the east.
That
way.
Right. The point. Didn't the professor tell you about a different way?
Did they?
I'm sure they found some information down from,
Yeah, the professor
blown
spoke
up
to the point, but did the rest of the party know?
No.
I don't know.
They might have talked to Gwent as well as the thing. I think they sent a message to Gwent.
The point. Not the thing.
That's the point. Relayed the information that the professor sent back to us by a message.
I relayed that he said we should go south.
Yeah.
South?
But that was because the Oni were coming.
Oh, okay. So anything
James,
else I need to know before I just run off?
James, do you remember everyone that you pinged messages to? last week?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told the point. They're coming from the west, which is further into the mine. Take
Mhm.
the commoners and go round into the south, and then
Alright.
head up into the west.
So you didn't say anything about what you were discussing with the group that was with you.
I mentioned that to someone, but I don't remember who. It might have been Gwen.
I cannot remember
I
off the top
found
of my
some
head.
survivors which are leading me to X place. I remember that
Yeah.
was in a message. I just don't remember who you sent it to.
To be fair, that was in reference to the staircase, which is just through this west.
That was to the staircase anyway. That's fine.
While you guys discuss, I'm gonna take 5 seconds there just to go get some more water.
And we're going to go to
Yep,
the
I'm gonna
BB screen.
out up here and grab these people.
Yep, Alvina's going to zoom off that way. Possibly bring back the unconscious, beaten, bloody orc. Before, So, I found this one pummeled to crap. So, they probably need some medical attention. Gwen, as I just shout that up towards you. And then I'll zoom off again. So I'll just basically have Alvina is going that way, and whatever happens from there is up there elsewhere. But I don't remember which token was the orc that needed medical attention.
No.
Oh yeah, I also made one half-elf girl pass out by accident. She possibly could use a drink.
Probably. Sure. Or
The orc, you had a title, but I just don't know where it's gone. Essentially,
It was Ori.
Ori. Yeah, I don't see him on the map, so.
Might be under somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. They were unconscious over here ish, so I know they were still alive and everything. I just don't know exactly.
Okay, they're not nuked.
No, they would. I actually asked in the midweek, were they nuked?
Okay.
I specifically asked if that person was in the fire, and they said they weren't. So, they got the middle of the cage, like all the ones that were out on the rims are pretty much fine. Just really traumatized, possibly. Oh, by the way, Gwen, those whoever gave me those temporary hit points last session really paid off.
Huh?
They helped soften the blow from that fire blast.
Yeah.
Oh, you spared the main fire blast. You walked into a second one, so I'm not sure they did help you. There was no learning there.
I technically caught the second one, saving fuck you. How much would like 60 odd damage have done to you, by the way? Fuck you.
He would have still been up.
Okay, I wasn't actually sure what your hit points were. So.
No, he would have been. He would have been hurt. He would still be double digits though.
Oh, that's not too bad then. Yeah, I had the 18 temporary hit points, and I was at like 80 something. So hilariously, I'm about the same hit points now after the healing that I was at before the fire blast.
Yeah. So I mean, fuck you's max HP is 84.
Ah, fair.
Because he's immortal. And
good con.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that he thinks he is immortal. He is the sole survivor from his tribe.
And many other tribes he joined.
Yes.
And any other tribe he happened to have joined. It's almost like he's the root problem.
I mean, maybe.
Some would say. Yes.
Some would say, yes.
Someone
I join a tribe dies, I move on, join a tribe
dies. I mean, I don't see what the common issue is.
I don't know.
They seem to die not long after I join them.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, you guys have lived longer than most of them.
Yeah.
I mean, apart from Steve.
Steve's
not dead.
He might be. It was a
He
heroic sacrifice.
He was eaten by Nothings.
Yeah.
I mean, the Nothics probably wouldn't have eaten him.
Well, there's
honestly.
also like a Chimera or another Hydra or something.
It's the Chimera.
Oh well, that's probably more likely to have eaten them than the Nothics. Like people aren't really their vibe, you know.
For the audience, Blue Grim knows that he's very much alive.
Yeah, I'm
Actually, this-
just debating whether to say to the party now.
You mentioned it,
Yeah.
I think, haven't you?
No, I never.
Did you not?
I feel like I feel
No,
like Assassin
emotions
would
were
probably.
getting high at that point. People were arguing.
Yeah, I feel like Assassin right now is detailing like, oh, the Nothics probably would have dragged them back to one of the points, and they probably would have been tortured for any information they had. And then either kept as like a puppet or a slave, or turned into a Nothic. So like they're probably alive, but you probably would wish they're dead. You know?
I mean,
Where is? Wait, point. You know where Steve is then? Where is he?
I mean, it's
Oh,
not
no, I
like
don't.
fuck you
At
has
that point, oh, sorry.
several ways of finding out if Steve is still alive.
And yet refuses to.
Oh, he's convinced that he's dead.
He's dead in my heart, and that's all that counts.
So
He
he's got.
died heroically, as far as most of us.
I mean, he has scrying, so he could see if he pops up on any maps. He has sending, which works into planar. So
the only thing would stop it is if the area that they're in
is an
has
anti-magic.
something that's, which it might be, to be fair.
Seeing as we're now talking about Steve being dead.
Alvina's bugging off, by the way. Like
No.
Alvina would have.
Well, I can tell the rest of the party.
Yeah, Alvina is actually. She'd have. This is be like.
See,
in
this
the
is how
time
much
pop
Alvina
back.
cares for Steve.
No, she would have mentioned a few bits. Well, when she popped back, delivering the unconscious bad to fuck orc to the party. To do medical attention of, and any slaves that are cowering over here, she'd have directed them that way and said, "I'm not their kind of monster."
Lou says to the remaining members of the party, it's like, yeah, about Steve.
He's dead.
Remember when we were at the cathedral the night before?
Just check. I'm pretty sure we're still on pause screen though, right?
At the minute, yeah. Well,
yeah,
kind
so
of.
if we're doing like actual
Alright, I'll
plot
switch back.
relevance thing, we're good to get going, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if you were back, Chris. Alvina's delivered the orc that stabbed that guy to the party before like running off to do the scouting.
Oh, all right. Fair.
Yeah, 'cause I couldn't find his model, so I would have like highlighted it, but I don't know whether he is on the map. So, but I know he's over here somewhere. So, so he'd be. Alvina would have put him like over here with the unconscious lady.
That's fair. You gather up the last of the slaves, and you can break off their chains as you kind of gather a couple minutes. But you don't want to spend too long here, given that you've just exploded the entire cavern. But yes, you may continue. You were saying about a Steve.
Yes, remember we were in the cathedral the night before the point raised the Piper?
Oh, last night then.
Yes.
Yesterday.
I'm just getting the police.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's been like about a month for us. So it was only yesterday for the party.
It's like 6 hours.
But President Control spoke to me last night. He claims that Steve is still alive.
He's lying. He's lying. He's dead.
That's what I thought. He wanted to.
Wait, you speak to President Control?
He still tries to control me. I rebuke him.
Control you? Well, still try to control you. What do you mean?
He's persistent.
Well,
I told him
answering
to
the
fuck off.
What?
What?
Suddenly, Alvina killing a shitload of people with a fireball is actually the second thing in everybody's mind.
It was a nuke, not a fireball.
I mean, it was a big fireball. It was a fireball.
So, you're part Warlock with a pact with Control.
We
You knew that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you already knew
so
that.
still rebuking him. Why? Why? Why you? Why is he still trying to get into your head?
I don't know. He claims
And
I'm one of
what
the
does he mean?
strongest noids he's met.
Oh, he's clearly not been Alvina yet.
No, I don't believe he has.
Achoo! You hear a very loud sneeze from the other side of the room.
I think she'll be more of a headache for Presidente than you
El
are.
Presidente.
I believe he's lying about Steve, but he claims that Steve is still alive.
How
A
did
lie, I
he?
would say.
How did he find out about Steve? I mean, is the Nothix under his privy?
That's the only thing I can come up with.
He
That
likes to
they're
control
his
things.
spies.
Do you know, Gwent, if the Nothix are under his privy? Or is
At the
don't-
moment, I'm
I
still
wouldn't want to
trying
be under his
process.
privy.
We've got one guy who's speaking with President Control. We've got Assassin actively trying to destroy us many times. We've
Hey,
got
I done
a
no such
fire
thing. I just
elemental.
want to go home. You kidnapped me, remember? I just want to
No,
go
the
home.
professor kidnapped
Yeah, I
you.
was gonna say the professor kidnapped you. Well,
We
he
liberated
he
you.
kidnapped you first. We're kidnapping you now.
We're rescuing you
what?
from the professor.
Yeah.
And we've got Drax in the corner.
Yeah.
Is there anybody in
Yeah.
this party who just wants to leave?
I mean,
Me.
Assassin
Yes,
probably wants to
I
leave,
do, but we need to
Yeah.
get the ship back.
I mean, do
a lot of
we? I don't know.
We gotta
Would-
do a couple of things.
Just love the concept, by the way, that Alvina left Assassin in a barrel of booze just on the floor, and they're just like hot tubbing in it.
Yeah, pretty much. Just like floating about, just quite happy.
Yeah.
if we
Also
want,
just Assassin also like listening to y'all talk about the Nothics and
I
being
know. I was.
like, yeah, and just being like, should I tell them? Nah, I'm gonna leave it.
I was
I don't know.
noticing that it's like, do you know? Do you know it's like the person that borderline looks like a Nothic and is definitely knowledgeably from the faction of them? Do you know? Isn't coming up once.
no, but I know that it's going to cost us if I ask Assassin.
You get the right answer though.
No, it'll cost you if you ask
maybe.
Drax.
It'll cost if I ask
It
Assassin
costs
as
us.
well.
It'll cost you more. if you ask
Assassin will bargain for something.
that. Assassin has a lower buying price for this
I mean,
information. I think. than
Assassin
Drax.
just wants secrets.
Yeah, but they've got to be juicy secrets.
One
No,
of
to
the
get the good
secrets.
stuff.
One of the secrets that they asked that was a good secret for them was part of Alvina's ramen recipe. Okay, not even the full recipe, just a bit of it.
Yeah, I like knowledge that no one else has.
If I had more time
It's a
to
secret recipe.
ponder what the hell is going on here and figure out what's wrong and everything in between, then I would. But unfortunately, as you can see, we're pressed for time as
Oh,
usual.
Jesus.
And
Following me.
this is the kind of pressure I have to work under all the time.
I think there has to be a conversation about this later, though. Yes? We agree on this?
Yes, definitely. I agree.
I don't know.
I'm happy to have said conversation if we all survive to have it.
It kind of just sounds like you're trying to like stir up drama, Gwen. Like I don't see a big deal about all of this. I feel like you're just stirring up trouble.
Problem rarely sees itself.
Yeah. It's
I'm
not
just
easy
gonna do
being the
this as a
responsible one,
prep
is it, Gwen?
one because this was what the plan was. Just to throw it out there, she was being stealthy. Just want to.
Don't worry, I was gonna ask you in a second.
Yeah, I thought that was probably coming. It's like she was intending to be sneaky as she was running this way anyway.
While the rest of your party talk back in the main chamber, you advance ahead.
Yep.
Let me just double check passives here. It's all fine. Are able to kind of it's a short journey. Maybe only 10 minutes down this kind of larger cavern into the next room. Definitely short enough that whoever is, if anyone is in the next cavern, 100% heard that explosion.
Yeah. How far
And
away
as
is
you
I'd
it?
be
kind of,
very surprised if they didn't
as you stealth in,
even
you
feel
stick
it.
to the walls, and you're able to kind of glance in without kind of fully revealing yourself to a point where you're minimizing that only anyone with incredible passive would be able to see you. And inside you see what looks to be a rising series of cliffs on a central pillar rising up into the cavern ceiling and vanishing from sight, as well as a this large wooden mechanical device on the ground in front of you with a ogre standing on it at the controls, kind of just peering in your direction, somehow completely missing you and just waiting,
Would have.
clearly waiting for someone to come down that corridor. That's a little bit more obvious. As well as with your passive, which remind me how high your passive is.
15 doesn't take any negatives from low light and has 1 mile cone of vision.
Okay, the low light is more important, and 15 with no disadvantages will be sufficient. You're able to kind of, oh, you also see this ogre to the north here as well, kind of on the rails. He is on what looks to be a ramp that is running up the central pillar.
Oh,
And we'll get to the walls in a second as they represent each of the tiers.
okay.
You see 3 ogres 30 feet up the pillar on one of the tiered ledges, peering over with what looks to be large, effectively giant hand catapults fit for a giant. And they are all lined up, nuked with these massive arrows pointing, or massive bolts pointing down
Mm.
at the entrance that you have managed to stealth at the end, at the opening off.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you not see the only brute beyond, just because he's a little bit higher out of sight. Each of these wall segments represents a 30-foot climb to the next terrace, to the point where there is, and from your perspective, one rising 30, another rising up 60, and then it goes into the ceiling, which is about 80 to 90 feet high. You also cut sight of a number of huddled slaves towards the south, all of them kind of clutching. Would they have given? I don't think they would have been too preoccupied to take away their weapons. So kind of just clutching like axes and huddled together. You see a couple of them with what looks to be these strange or kind of neon colored tubes on little sticks that give you the resemblance of firework sticks.
Okay.
As well as you catch a sight of a large stone gargoyle situated on a little tiny ledge about 60 feet up on the wall, kind of just overlooking the area from the south and the north, and a tent propped up to the north over here. But it looks like clearly whoever is in here is preparing to shoot whatever the hell comes down that corridor first.
Okay. I have some ideas then. Yeah, she's gonna full on scan the room essentially while staying hidden. So, do I have anything that would be interesting for this?
Do you have a troll head?
I have 3 more actually.
I was going to say you should have 3 more.
We have 3 more.
Yeah, I mean, definitely would have brought them with her personally this time.
Zormir didn't want to use the other 3 last week.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, chucking one of the troll bombs into them.
I'm debating that. I can hear the laughter in the background.
What are those slaves doing?
These are the ones who are just kind of huddled with either pickaxes, kind of just standing there frighteningly, or the ones closer to this bin down here are the ones with the firework sticks.
Does any of the slaves look like they've caught sight of me?
Good question. James, what's your passive?
Below 22.
Nope. They all look terrified and unaware of what is happening in the other room, other than the giant explosions, and apparently the ogres are on edge.
Yeah,
As far as
I do.
And these guys are still going to a rave.
I do like, by the way, the concept of terrified. It's like they could have seen me still.
May I roll an active perception though?
Yeah, go for it. Just because you know something's coming down this avenue, or at least
Yeah.
suspect so, given how the ogres are acting.
It's not a bad show.
Okay.
Everyone is kind of actively searching this area.
Absolutely not.
Nope.
Who knows what's got the ogres so up in arms?
I mean,
Hopefully it's
probably
not
the
like a dragon
explosion.
invasion.
Yeah, it was probably the explosion, but it could have just been a cannon
Misfire.
misfiring.
Could have been
yeah.
one of the worms.
Actually, no, it could have been one of the worms.
Cannon,
That's very fair.
a cannon misfire.
I mean, it was. a cannon
That's
misfire.
one hell of a cannon misfire.
One hell of a cannon misfire.
I imagine
Yeah,
imagine if we loaded that into a cannon.
Alvina's arm is already good enough. It basically is a cannon.
Mhm.
Yeah, Alvina's gonna look up to where those 3 Oni are. Does Alvina think she could make that shot? Like, is it feasible?
Oh, yeah,
30
yeah.
feet
Alvina's got the
up,
strength.
70 away, adding a slight angle to it. You're probably looking at what, 90 to 100 feet. It's reasonable. It'd be a high. But if you're just throwing something, weapon wise, it's whatever your actual range on the weapon is. Throwing wise, I'm gonna give a cap of like 120, so possible to anything that's a little aerodynamic. Anything that's solid or has any sort of air resistance, I'm gonna cap at 50, or cap at 60.
The what is it for jar of troll heads? How aerodynamic are they?
Yeah,
Not
the
particularly,
problems.
unfortunately. I'm gonna cap that at 60 just because
That's
it's got
very
a lot of
fair.
surface area.
That's how I was assuming it'd be close to that. So yeah.
So you'd only get at the base.
Get to the
It could be
base.
in front of them.
I mean, as long as it's
No, 'cause
near
it's
them.
30.
Yeah, but remember, they're 30 feet up on a ledge.
Oh, actually.
Okay, right, yeah.
They're looking down, and the troll most likely, while could go for this other ogre, the ogre is probably just gonna throw it into the slaves.
This area, does it count as obscured by natural phenomena?
To find this area.
The alt zone, basically, because I have Mask of the Wild as a wood elf, which means that I can attempt to hide basically in plain sight, provided there is even a vague amount of something natural that could obscure my line of sight to me.
Given the kind of the raw nature of that, I'm gonna say no, because there isn't any sort of foliage or anything you could actually hide behind. This is an open area.
That's what I was
The only
basically
thing you'd be able to
checking.
hide behind is the natural walls
Oh,
of the
you
pillar in the
can't
center.
predator it.
Unfortunately, no.
Not
Cover
in
yourself in mud.
No, it'd be like if the dust storm was kicking up, then I'd be able to hide in it essentially, but it's not.
Yeah, unfortunately, that
No,
hasn't made it all the way through here. Even if there was like tiny little pillars or something you could quickly move between, would be fine. Or even if there was like a little bit more darkness potentially, but they've also
Totally
kind of positioned the lantern so it's kind of directly shining into this area.
Yeah, I thought probably. So yeah, Alvina is then probably going to just back off, but she's going to put a mark about. Is there any corners for this tunnel that's going down?
It kind of has a little bit of a crooked kind of triangular shape to it. So there would be a little bit of a corner halfway in.
Yeah, Alvina would basically put a mark around the corner on like the near side of the corner to make sure it's like this is the last corner before dead line of sight. Essentially, she just put something like a mark in the ground.
I've got a plan.
Okay, but yeah, Alvina will start running back to the party essentially.
If
Fuck you as a cunning plan.
yes, if you tell us what you saw when you come back, I can do a thing.
Alvina is going to tell everything that she can remember from the
Okay, so we'd be going straight into a bunch of things. So, anyone got a plan?
Yep.
No more orbs.
No more orbs. But
Good.
trolls.
What's the plan?
We have
I
trolls.
do. I do. If I could get a shot, get a little bit closer, I can definitely get it.
I can get you closer.
Nice. I also have another plan. They're set up aiming at the first thing that comes down that corridor, right?
I can make it
Yes.
so they don't see
Pretty sure they
you.
have the ability of reloading.
Oh yeah, but at least the one shot will be done.
Mhm.
Hey, point. You still got those cards, right?
The
Oh,
point,
your
the
deck of
point emerges
illusions.
from around the corner where he was taking out. Yeah, I do.
If I can get up there unseen into that
Yep.
kind of area, I could put a couple of the cards down and give them something to shoot at for a little bit, which would definitely give us a couple of seconds at least, and that's possibly all we need.
Depends on if it takes an action to activate the cards.
It does.
Maybe we do
'Cause-
2 people up there, get up there
Well,
unseen.
Actually, spell ends if for a target that attacks or casts a spell. It's technically not casting a spell.
It's
you-
a use item.
Yes.
Interaction.
Yeah, it's drawing a card and putting it on the floor.
Yeah. So that would work.
Yeah, it's give them a target so they think that something, whatever the heck it is
Mhm.
coming through. As I can just get a shot with the trolls. It's just getting us a bit of time and hopefully wasting a little bit.
Yeah.
And so just some chaos essentially.
In that case, you hear fuck you plucking at their loot, and you are now invisible.
Hell yeah. Stealth Alvina. Every single slave breathes a sigh of relief. Oh,
Just
terror!
Oh, there's nothing coming.
Any
I
that
mean-
saw you go invisible.
relief
Terror.
or
Terror.
even more scared because
Yeah.
they can still hear you, but they can't see you.
They just hear bare feet padding around.
Just
Avina,
You
put out your
know, got,
hand.
got like boots of elven.
I have feet of elven kind, not boots of elven kind.
I give you some guidance.
Thank you.
does it take you less than a minute to run back up?
Yeah, I'll give you.
No, it'll be a few minutes.
Well, I'll come up most of the way with you then.
I say I've put a
Indeed.
mark where it's the last corner. We've got a good ways before the actual last line. I could probably get there in under a minute.
That's fine. I mean, invisibility that lasts for an hour. So
Exactly. I'm fine. I know the invisibility will definitely work.
I mean, fuck you will come up with you as well, because
Yeah.
chaos.
You want to see what?
The point will hand. Well, the point will hold out the deck of illusions because
It's not
Alvina
a
went.
human, right?
Is that Alvina went? No. Alvina went invisible before he handed them over.
Yeah.
and
She'd
just-
tapped you on the shoulder.
Yeah, just says Theta. Only use 1 or 2 of these. I only have so many.
Glad to use 2, and I'll get you them back because I imagine we're not going to sneak past them. We're probably going to go through them, so we'll get the chance.
Abigail, can you organize these people and keep them at the back?
The point just says they don't read.
Yeah, that's
Whatever.
And fuck you is going to turn to Sodoff and say, "Do you want to get back in the key, or do you want to just come with us?" Assassin, what's he saying?
Translate.
Translate. You need to get closer, buddy. You're really small voice. Tell me what you're saying.
I want to watch their eyes burn.
Yeah, they're in. They seem really excited.
Okay, I mean, stay here for the minute because you're made of fire. You'll light up the cave.
Yeah.
What? You'll know when everything kicks off.
They say yes.
Cool.
And with everyone going down to that turn, essentially, Alvina will brace for full-on front running, I guess. And she will place down here.
Okay.
And a little bit next to it, 2 of the cards. But she'll do bam, and then a couple of seconds later, when she gets the action back, just a bam of a little bit lower, so it just splits their line of fire essentially.
All right, draw me that first card. What are they seeing?
Okay, first card is the Joker, which
Oh.
is the point.
Wait, it's Alvina.
No, it's the card's owner, so it's either the point of
Oh.
Alvina, whichever is more funny.
Yeah, Alvina's actually terrifying. She's still covered in like blood and ash and things.
I'll leave it to the player's discretion.
I think Alvina would be funnier. She'd be very confused as well.
Yeah,
Like,
just make it Alvina.
Alvina will be confused. She'll take out, what the fuck? Okay.
And the other one is the 10 of clubs, which is
Please be a dragon
10
or
of clubs, a hill giant.
Yes!
Ooh,
A
nice.
giant!
As you place the first card down and Alvina appears, you're forced to kind of push yourself backwards as suddenly you hear a wave of cries from the ogres rise into the air, and suddenly the pinging of wire as wishing through the air. A number of bolts smack into the ground through the illusion Alvina.
It doesn't move, or does it just stand there? The illusion.
It can move within 30 feet of the card. And I think
It's just gonna just start roaring and look like it's throwing random stuff out of the bag, essentially. Even if it's going completely wild or just disappearing, like the stuff.
Yes, you need to use an action to command it, unfortunately.
Oh, really? Oh.
But so it will stay on the spot and act accordingly on its own, but you can only move it if it's by using an action.
Well, it didn't just.
that
Maybe looks like
doesn't make you visible. You only become visible if you attack or cast a spell.
I know, that's the point.
Yep.
Okay. No, he's a dwarf.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
Alvina doing
we
it.
did have this
Other-
discussion, James.
Yeah.
So,
Where it's
As
like, oh,
to the slaves and anyone else in the slaves to the south, you hear and kind of watch the bolts fly down from the ledge and smack into what it looks to be the most terrifying image of a Noid you think you've ever seen. You've seen grime and soot and sweat and just general dirtiness. That is not a foreign concept working in the mines, but this entity has a primal just essence about them that looks absolutely bewildering to see. It's as if some entity from the nature domain has come down to invade this, and to the point where the more kind of, I guess, worldly knowledge of the slaves who are at least aware of the factions might actually degenerate this. This could be an attack by the Banshee faction.
more of just Alvina being the banshee of death.
Even
Yeah,
more
I was going to say,
bewilderingly,
could that be advantageous to us if they think Alvina's the Banshee of Death?
who knows? More potentially bewildering is the fact that a hill giant suddenly appears a couple seconds later as the ogre on this strange wooden contraption kind of looks around and yelps, and in surprise accidentally stumbles and their elbow smacks into the counter or the table, the dashboard of this creation, and the long wooden arm with this little circular wheel on it suddenly springs out in an arc and smashes into the ogre. Unfortunately, Alvina, you are in the path of this arm, having just placed down the card. So I am going to need a deck save as it swirls around in a radius.
I'll put where I am at the moment. Deck save with advantage because I can see it.
Yep. As it comes hurtling towards you.
Oh damn, I'm rolling bad. Actually, I get +4 for that at least, right?
I don't know, do you get +4 for it?
For the
Your D4,
guidance. Yeah, there's a chance. It might not be quite as bad.
Take you at 15 at most.
and minimum of 12. Oh, 13.
13, it's not the
Okay,
worst.
13 was the DC.
Yay!
You're able to just jump backwards once more. This is becoming a little bit more precarious than you quite anticipate at first, as the arm swings around and through the illusion, only going 90 degrees, it kind of smashes into the corner off this wall and bounces back as the ogre is kind of startled of, kind of tilts his head, staring at the illusion, having watched the wheel wish through it. At this point, you can see all the slaves kind of now kind of stumbling backwards, not quite sure what they're doing. They're forming into a tighter huddle. As a second, you can hear the reloads firing as a second wave of bolts shoots down into the illusion, and then you hear a voice echo out. Now, do you understand Giant?
Nope.
I do not believe so. You hear a voice echo out in Giant, which I believe, James, your character does.
Yeah.
We'll get to your character in a second. I'm just gonna say what this voice is saying, and then you guys can take it away from there afterwards. As kind of standing and appearing 60 foot up on another cliff, kind of into more visible range, that Alvina can now kind of catch a glance of the red skin with the black and gold tattoos in their armor. You fools! It's trickery. Clear the illusions from the Banshee's Cove. Keep an ear out for celestial singing, and destroy anyone who looks like they can heal.
Gwen's not going to enjoy this fight.
Up at that, we return
He
back
hasn't
to
heard this.
Well, Gwen doesn't speak giant, so maybe.
If Alvina's got her turn again.
Yep.
Okay. Alvina basically run quite close now because she knows that there's even further distance. Would this be about 60 feet from the Oni? Even if it's straight up, essentially.
There's about 10 foot kind of ledge, so it would be just out of 60. It'd be about 70 just because of the extra 10 foot, even if he's at the top of his. There's that 10 foot of the first layer that kind of gives him a bit more leeway.
Still, would I be 60 feet from like the place next to him, or is it like the whole thing is just the ledge? So I can't get on any. I can't like pitch a thing to hit land like next to him.
I would say it's possible, but it would be at the edge of the DC. It would be incredibly high.
Yeah.
Especially because you are lobbing it upwards.
Yeah. I get it.
And granted, the fact there's a slight arc might actually help you, but
yeah.
I don't see the footprints go past, do I, or hear?
He's actually
Run.
barefoot and not really wearing any armor, so maybe not.
oh, it's no, just because he got a high passive previously.
Yeah. All right.
I've actually got another 20 feet. Can I do like make a leap for 20 odd feet in the air and then pitch it?
You want to jump straight up 20 feet in the air?
I've got a strength score for it.
A 10-foot running score, yeah.
Fair.
They actually they can just flat jump. What is it? Half of your strength with a run up.
Yeah, which is 20. So I can get. Actually, I can get within 60 with that. I can get it to be just the edge of the normal range. If it's the. Because I've got a 20-foot run. I got a 20-foot run left.
I will allow it.
You're going to try and space jam this, aren't you?
You easily managed to make the leap with just your base default strength score, pumping you up that 10 feet extra as you leap into the air. Go ahead and give me either athletics or a tack roll, your choice.
They're both the same. So, because this isn't a magic weapon. 17 to land like the thing next to it, essentially.
Given how high up it was a difficult shot given how anti-aerodynamic this thing was. Unfortunately, it kind of hits against the edge, but doesn't have just enough to go over into effectively the hoop, and kind of slides backwards and smashes down into the group of ogres instead.
Oh, still pretty good then.
Yeah, it's the other one. I've got my other attack for the other one, because I've got two of them in hand at the moment, so I'm going to try for the second one, the same shot.
Alright, go for it.
Come on, Alvina. 26!
Hey.
Where did I? 26. As it goes, you kind of correct a little bit for the first attack as it goes hurling into the air to a point where it even goes above and arcs down, as you can see, or I can say you can just about see as you're looking up the kind of ogre brute, kind of just having just kind of looked down at the troll head that had just hit the cliff edge a second ago, and then he kind of watches as this another glass container passes by them. They glance up as it comes down and smashes into the ground next to them.
It was pitched into their face there.
Tiny and nat 20 for that.
That would have been fun.
I'm fine with it being just close. That was what she was aiming for. It would have been luck if she actually hit the guy.
No, yeah. But the fact that they're going to be the closest creatures.
That was the point. That was the point.
No, the point's
back in
behind
the
you.
cave.
Here we are. Let's look for the troll image.
Albino with
It's a tiny troll. Oh, there we go. He's grown up now.
It's regenerating. It's regenerating.
That's what I'm saying. He's grown up now.
Yeah.
It's Landmark.
As the two trolls begin generating out, and we'll deal with them later, because unless you guys get directly involved in the battle, I'm gonna eventually montage it. But you can hear the trolls beginning to form, and the ogres turning their attention back. Now there's only this single ogre down on the wooden platform beneath you. What would you like to do to the slaves just to the south of you? They've just seen these glass canisters kind of reappear mid-air, catching sight of those who have a bit more perception as they smash down out of sight, and are now equally confused as to what the hell is going on. But they are also going to start backing up even further now, given that something's happened nearby them.
As they are basically being distracted, are all the ogres like looking up there? Like, is this one going for up that way?
Let's see.
Or are they just too stunned? Because that's what Alvin is basically going to check to see what the other two react.
Fortunately, he's not quite paid attention, and he's actually gotten down and is poking at the hill giant and just kind of swishing his hand through the air, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And similarly, this other ogre is kind of just picking up carts and just like throwing them at the illusion Alvina and being really stunned as to what's happening. It'll be a couple seconds while the ogre, these trolls regenerate and actually start attacking before screams draw their attention.
Yeah. Oh, someone disconnected.
That'll be Kaylee.
Can I see the slave master ogre poking through an illusion as the big Earth Genasi sort of motions for fellow slaves to get behind him?
Earth Genasi.
Yes, you can.
My eyes narrow.
You two would probably... There is a good amount of evidence to suggest that this might legitimately be an attack by the Grove, or the Radiant faction, especially since while they are more known to have nature-based spells, Banshee's Grove, by their just relationship with the Radiant Empire, does have access to trickery clerics. This could legitimately be a joint effort by the Banshee's Grove and a trickery faction to launch an attack on the Oni. You do know they've been wanting to get a foothold inside the Titan Guts. They are looking to get a foothold in Titan Guts, and taking over the Oni base, which is loosely aligned with the Primordials, would be a benefit to them.
That is fair. I grip my pickaxe tighter, and I'm going to defend my fellow slaves.
All right, fair.
If I may, I also, probably would be in. You said it was. These were the Banshee Grove. What language did they speak?
The Banshee's Grove is predominantly populated by the Nature Domain, which is essentially ruled over by Rara now. They would use a mix of Elvish or High Sylvan.
Oh god
Sylvan.
damn it. I was about to
Sylvan
say.
particularly for like ceremonial purposes or kind of religious ceremonies.
I
I'm gonna
she
listen.
Does speak Elven. Yeah, she does speak Elven.
I'm gonna listen out for any hint of Elven or I don't understand. I don't speak Elven. I do speak Sylvan.
That's fine. You know enough to at least recognize the language, even if you can't understand it.
Hmm.
Alvina will be currently just essentially.
Using our diplomacy skills.
No, she's not suplexing anyone yet. She'd be
I
kind
mean,
of just keeping
she
her
knows
head
the
down.
language, she can speak.
Yeah, she'd be keeping her head down while waiting for the screams to draw the other two ogres off, essentially.
It's like, can I
She
go
actually
over
has
there?
a plan otherwise.
Have a look-see at the smashing. I see down.
They're up, aren't they?
Give me 1 second.
I thought that was a pit.
No, it's a spiral staircase
it's
going
levels. They're 30 feet up.
Flipping up the way.
If it was down, Alvino would have made the shots no issue whatsoever.
Essentially all sloping up.
That'd be a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like she made with the head of the were-rats.
Yeah.
Dunk! Boom! Kobe!
You know, I thought that was a quarry being dug, as mines generally dig down.
You're on the bottom level, is the thing.
Mm.
To be honest, I did think that at first as well.
So this is
I remember them
interesting.
saying that we're on the bottom level of the mines and we're aiming for the staircase going up. That's the reason I know it was like proper.
Yeah.
Color.
2 illusions.
One of which is homicidal monster elf thing.
2 glass smashes. One of them definitely looks elven. Is probably.
You say one of them looks elven. More elven than anything else, probably. Elven by default, because otherwise.
I mean, prepare to be attacked if you show yourself, is all I'll say.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll snap your pickaxe with one hand and... What are you doing, you idiot?
I thought you were going to say you snap their pickaxe with your teeth.
No, I'm not quite doing that.
I would not
Use
have
it
my
for
shield.
toothpicks.
I would not have my shield right now, would I?
Probably not, no.
So I'll take that off.
I've got a feeling they wouldn't let you have a shield in a mine.
Alright, I'm back. Where were we?
I wouldn't have my
Alvina's...
sword or shield, Chris, would I? I'd just have the pickaxe.
That is correct.
Yeah. Albina's
I
keeping
will.
her head down for at least the round to wait for the 2 ogres to start going up and hopefully going to assist.
Add pickaxe.
God damn it. Hey, that's pretty good.
Hey, you don't know what these are for yet.
I was assuming it was just the way that the 2 ogres actually do anything we want them to do.
No, Steve, the only brute, could actually grapple and throw the troll off the ledge.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, he's not quite able to yet. As there appears to be a scuffle, and you can hear cries and wails of surprise and agony as fighting a big starts on the upper ledges, drawing the attention of the other ogres as they draw back, and they're pretty disregarding of the slaves, given that they've never actually had a rebellion. Any rebellion they've had is kind of smaller ones, and they've crushed them. So yeah, they're gonna ignore the slaves. Those are their last of their problems right now. And let's have the ogres kind of run to help out. Yeah, so they'll start running up the ramps after them now. What instructions did you give to the rest of the party back in the other cabin?
Keep an ear out, I'll yell, basically, will be it. And she hasn't yelled yet.
Okay.
I think Quentin,
Wait for the signal, you'll know what it is.
Yeah, anyone who wanted to come down is at the curve mark, which I think you said was like 60 feet down the corridor, essentially.
It's about half. It's about 10 minutes, so probably about, what, like 300, 500 feet. Probably get a mark about maybe the 400 mark, so 100 from where you are.
Okay.
Just because it's at an angle, so the line of sight will cut off a little bit more, or sooner than that.
Yeah. So Alvina is going to creep this way, and right in the dirt, quiet, walk that way and point an arrow at the thing. In common, this would be. Probably spelt horrifically as well.
Walk this way.
walk this way.
Pretty much.
Now, given this is
You're still
just
invisible,
roll-
right?
Yep.
Right.
Would I be able to get to there, Chris? As soon as I see the words beginning, just sort of casually, it's half my movement speed.
Yeah.
But
Nobody's
she'd be
stopping you.
she'd be staring at you as you're walking close. You wouldn't be able to see, but she'd be looking at you as she's still writing. Doesn't improve or change the handwriting in any way.
As I look down at the writing in common,
Yeah.
I say, "Your writing, your spelling is not very good, is it?"
There'll be just a pause, and slightly up and next to it, there'll just be an F and a U written down.
And then the Earth Genasi looks directly at you. Directly at you, still invisible.
Yep.
Ooh, spicy.
Why does that illusion look like you? And who are you?
LKLTR. Move. MB.
No, I've been here too long to let you balls this up for me now. Who do you obey?
I just look
And-
baffled by the question.
And I do. So there's a very subtle, down by their side, a series of hand gestures.
You
Which,
wouldn't notice.
yeah, I mean,
She'd notice you doing it, but she'd
You'd
just think
notice.
that your ham's weird.
I mean,
So
how
nervous.
intelligent are you?
No,
7.
very.
Ah, yeah, you could roll an intelligence check to see if you recognize the hand gestures.
He has not
No,
paid any attention to anybody doing that.
Hmm.
If you're trying to subtly tell Alvina you're part of the resistance, ain't gonna work.
You have to tell her.
Alvina doesn't do
More
so.
importantly, like I don't know, man. If this just seems very much up the avenue of the tricky domain of the Radiant Empire, and if they want you to move, it's probably because they're also trying to steal the slaves for their own purpose. Now, not necessarily maybe a bad thing, depending on. Well, you're unlikely to also then fight the Radiant army coming through. So you might just be trading in one master or the other, but it might guarantee safety at least.
Not in the middle
To-
of a battle, which you might
To
think.
go,
Thing to measure.
to go this way.
It is an arrow just pointing towards the entrance, essentially. Was what she'd have carved into the dirt.
I'm gonna gesture to the slaves then. It's okay. I'll cover you.
They all kind of just give a.
Add that to my
And
notes.
Sid dies a hero again.
Add that to my notes. Gravelly Welsh voice. Okay.
That was Welsh.
I didn't think so.
I didn't either, but it sounds like it.
That's fair enough.
Welshish.
Welsh-ish, yeah. Fantasy Welsh. It's fine.
Welsh.
Welsh dialect.
Welsh.
And I'm
Yeah.
gonna follow after them. When I get to there, I look back around. Are you coming or not?
And
That's to be fair.
she's gonna, from her pack, she's gonna take out another of the jars and just spin it in her hand. Because you can assume that you can actually see her at this point.
Is that? Oh.
Giant grin!
You just hear screams of pain coming from up on the ledge as the corpse of an ogre slave master is thrown down, dead.
No, yep, go. Just sort of stage whispering to the last of the slaves that are like the old infirm one, just sort of helping him. No, go. Yes, it's
Eat
fine.
them.
It's fine. On you
I
go,
mean,
go.
And after, as that, she's going to do the full-on, like, sprint up, like a bullet, leap off the ogre corpse into the air and try and get the shot hit again.
Kobe.
With
You
the
can
final
easily-
ogre head. The
Ah,
final
that's
troll
fair,
head.
that's fair. Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
I've lost my character sheet.
I'd like
I found
I'd
it.
like to assist.
Oh,
anyway.
11.
11.
Oh, I
What
get
the
this.
fuck?
How are you assisting this?
I'm gonna get to the crane while they're not at it.
Well, I think I miss the ledge, possibly. Or it just goes wide or something. There's a troll somewhere now.
There is, but let's first see. To be fair though, so when you get there, I'm pretty sure this will already happen. So unfortunately, I don't think you're actually able to move quick enough. And also, I also know the crane won't do anything. It goes up or down the platform, and then it has like an arm that swings in and out.
Yep.
Rather than like up or down. So there's no way to like bat it up. Unfortunately, as you hurl this up towards the ledge, your footing on the ogre slave master you were attempting to use as a platform, you kind of sink in a little bit more than expected, and then you realize, oh, you've accidentally stepped in a open gushing wound, and it's thrown off your aim. As before you realize that the jar which you accidentally released is now hurtling back down towards you and smacks in to the ogre as it starts growing and bubbling, its bones cracking as a three-headed feral troll begins forming right in front of your eyes.
No.
Alvina is going to attempt to hide in the intestines of the ogre.
Luckily, you're invisible and therefore don't need to go into anything, so just give me a stealth check at advantage.
Is the nearest thing the slaves?
It's you.
Quite possibly, yes. Especially
Yeah, it's
see the ogres.
22! Thank fuck for advantage.
Yep.
I was definitely not making
Again,
that.
22.
Definitely stealthed from the feral troll. However, the feral troll is immediately going to turn to Sid and is going to charge at them, which I'm going to use as, unfortunately,
Yeah,
we're going to have to call for initiative at that.
That's fair. Let's do it.
This becomes a player-relevant scenario that might not actually... Oh god, if James's character dies.
So a troll
Oh,
again.
yeah.
I immediately died. Oh, I got a nasty.
Sid dies. That's amazing.
With a 3, how
that
did
should
you
have
get a
been
12?
I've got advantage. I've got advantage.
Oh, okay.
Chromes don't
That's the
respond.
reason. So one of them was a natural one. The other one was not. Oh yeah, my +3 to initiative. 1 plus 3 equals 12, right? That's some Alvina maths right there.
If everyone else also... Actually,
I don't have my fancy stuff, do I?
no,
Wanna
unfortunately, you had to go and
Stick
retrieve
our
that.
characters over
I
here.
have to go and retrieve that.
I mean,
Alvina hasn't yelled
Stick
yet.
their characters on a map in the south.
Word of
somewhere.
warning.
I mean, why am I
Stop.
getting spurt vibes?
Getting what, right?
Spurt.
That's
It's
what I thought you said.
yeah, it's a kobold from campaign 2 of Critical Role.
I
Right.
knew the 11
Yeah.
days thing.
Is that Mark
the other night.
Hughes' one?
It was Jeremy Crawford's one, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone put their character in the grey bit now. Just
Just so you guys
Can we enlarge Sid so that the audience knows at least how good Ali did with the background there?
Really nice
That's
background.
a
The
little
character
too
looks
enlarged.
fucking warped.
Yes.
It's cool though.
It's very
Yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
When
Purple
you
and
give me
blue.
Jack Sparrow vibes, and I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I have genuinely no idea why.
Justice
I
done
have no idea either.
Yeah.
I have no idea either.
I don't think I can make myself smaller, so I'm now just big and in the void.
Big point.
Brr.
Let's get that thing up.
Is that a 7 or a natural one? It was a 7. Okay.
Sid is now blocking the passage out.
Go.
And I can bring you
Let's
guys.
hope I don't get a 1.
For all intents and purposes, everyone else will have effectively the surprise condition as screams and
that's better.
echoes, and also you just know to ignore Alvina.
Actually. Oh, convenient. Sid, you're not surprised.
Am I not?
You're in
Nope.
the range of my aura of not being able to be surprised.
Yeah, very
Do I
well.
have advantage?
You just no. I
Initiative.
get the advantage on initiative. You just can't be surprised.
Cool. I will.
You're barely in range to not be surprised as well. So only you.
You're
You
expecting this kind of shit to happen.
Yeah, you looked at Alvina with that troll and just went, yeah, I know what's
This
going
is
to happen.
gonna go badly, isn't it?
This does not look good with the way she's covered.
She's covered in burns, blood, and bruises and cuts.
If it's the exact image of how Elvina is at the current moment, it's like, yeah.
She had fairly high
Shit's
health.
about to go sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it-
that troll is quick.
Ow.
That's a quick ass troll. There's going to be a battle in the background between the Oni and the ogres, but that's going to be that's just going to be a background screaming
mosh pit.
moss pit. Because I only really care about this troll who might legitimately kill Sid, and therefore this actually matters.
I mean, what's the shortest time that you've had a character for, James?
It's longer than this.
Okay.
10 minutes.
Two sessions was my shortest one before, and that was a tiefling in the Curse of Strahd campaign.
If this goes particularly bad, this genuinely could be a character that dies in under an hour.
Yeah.
I'll be so sad.
It was
so
sad as
sad.
well. It'd be a
Because I
fucking
spent all week.
It
I was going to say, the
I
real
feel
question
real
is,
bad.
how long did you spend making this character?
Yeah, what's the creation time versus living time?
Yeah. This is
Creation
why
time
I
is
don't
definitely
put.
long.
This is why I don't put that long into creating characters.
Same.
I did spend about an hour making the Hero Forge mini today. So
Now, to be fair, there is a potential. I mean, you at least need to survive one round. As rolled by Nat 20 and rolled a 23, they are going to go first as they fully form in lightning speed. Unable to
course they
see
do.
Alvina invisible and stealth, they are going to leave, provoking an opportunity attack from Alvina. Alvina, would you like to take it?
fucking better.
Now, no, you don't need to.
Because Elvina doesn't know Sid.
She doesn't.
But you do see the trolls effectively charging towards the slaves.
I mean, Sid
Yeah.
was being a dick. Mm.
That wasn't being that bad, to be honest. Well, I just
Bad as
realised
the
I
professor.
can't be surprised either. Can I? Here's a weird one. In the amount of time it takes for the troll to reanimate into a troll, can she try and throw the troll heads up a level?
Had its initiative not been higher than yours, I would have said yes. Unfortunately, this thing pretty much just springs into
It
existence
is so feral.
Yeah.
before you even have a chance to look back and see it.
Uber
This
troll.
one,
I can't
So
use my
feral and hungry.
I can't use it as a grapple is the problem.
The
Actually, wait a
albino
minute.
trolls.
I just realised I don't actually have any weapons drawn. I can't actually make an attack of opportunity.
Technically, you
You
can
can
punch.
punch
Yeah,
it, yeah.
unarmed.
Nah, I'm not going to punch it.
There you
You
go.
can push it prone,
Trip it.
shove
No,
it.
because I
Yeah,
can't. Because
Stick your foot out.
you can't grapple as a opportunity attack.
It's a shove attack,
Uh,
and if you succeed, you can either push it prone or push it 5 feet away from you.
Rugby tackle it.
no, honestly, I was tempted to rugby tackle it and try and pitch it up onto the upper level. If I could do that, but I can't do that as one move, unfortunately. Outside
That's
of my
okay.
own turn. So
Apparently, you cannot shove as an opportunity attack. An opportunity attack grants you a single melee attack, whereas shoving requires the attack action.
yeah, that was a lot of them
Oh.
require the action exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can
could you
I-
not just like shove them with like a quarterstaff or something like that?
oh,
Not unless you have a feat that allows you to.
Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have any feats like that.
I'm gonna allow him to take my destiny to twist it so he can make this tackle attack. Is that
Yeah,
fair?
well, yeah, that's what they're for.
He's
I'll,
already
yeah,
making
sure.
a quick attack. He can't make a tackle as well as a quick attack.
No, it'd be instead of making the attack, I'd be to.
I know I was Pokemoning.
Okay.
It's fine.
I'm calling for
Call of
tackle.
destiny.
Alvina, tackle.
Albina, use takedown.
Go. Yes.
Hmm.
Alvina, use takedown. Go.
Alright, if you're twisting destiny, then go for it.
Yeah,
Make me an
Alvina's going.
athletics check.
Athletics check. Unfortunately, she's not raging. Well,
No.
I think I just miss, actually.
Unfortunately, a 14 to
Face
bat you away.
plants.
She just trips on the other part of the ogre carcass. It was like, this ogre was a terrible idea.
No, our foot's still stuck in that wound.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the feral troll just feels like a little bump against his elbow, but isn't quite sure what just happened, and then just still in its blood rage, just runs towards Sid and is going to claw down on them in a frenzy.
Oh
You
dear.
will
Sorry,
also
I tried.
you will also now be
I
visible
tried
as well.
Well, Sid, you can't say Alvina didn't try.
Well-
As a grapple is a contested skill check, not an attack.
No, fair enough.
It was why it's the destiny point to allow me to do it in the first place, essentially.
And even the 14 beats you.
I
But,
rolled a 3.
This will be done at advantage as they are reckless creatures who do not care for their own safety and only want to destroy and consume. So, we're about to find out what Sid can do and if Sid has a
Backup
decent amount of health.
character.
Can I use a prayer of healing?
As a reaction. No.
Shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that also takes 10 minutes to cast.
I mean, I'm gonna pray and hope that I don't lose a lot of health.
It's not a prayer of healing, that's a prayer of salvation. They're
So it's going
completely
to come in with its bite attack at advantage for a
20.
modified 20.
Please don't also go rabid, by the way. That's my really big request.
With
Oh, yeah.
without my shield, it does hit.
Oh, bollocks.
All right, then you take
Sid.
12 piercing damage and a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save.
17.
Is this against disease?
It is not. It is
This thing
against
stop doing rage.
It's a rage virus.
Yep.
I would argue it is a disease.
I
No.
would argue it's deliberately designed to not proc the disease.
Oh!
Hey,
You got
just
there.
succeed. You take the 12 piercing, but you fight off the quasi-magical effect of this rage-inducing aura or bite. As it goes in to claw you for a natural
Ow.
20.
why is it with trolls and critting James?
I'm so sorry.
I hate you so much right now.
Wow!
Right.
Why?
As it naturally crits against you
You
for
suck.
15 slashing damage. And comes in again for a
For an
28 hit
It was 1 off the crit again.
Yeah.
for
Yeah, it
11
hits me.
more slashing.
Yeah.
And that is its 3 main attacks, as it is a reckless, berserking creature and gets 1 more claw attack with its bonus action for a
Wait.
23 to hit for another 14 slashing.
Yep.
But that is the full extent of the Feral Troll's turn. As Zormir, I'm actually going to call it the delay condition, since you're not technically surprised, you're just running through a damn corridor. As you lose the delay condition.
I'm so bloodied right now.
Sorry, I tried.
No, you didn't
They
try.
are no
If you had
did.
tried,
I tried,
if you had tried, you'd be visible right now, and it'd be attacking the meat shield instead of the one defending.
I tried. Didn't
She
try
never
to
had
kill
time to
myself.
become visible and tackle.
Fuku, you lose the delay condition. Alvina, it is your turn.
Okay, Albina is gonna pull herself free from the ogre corpse.
Please continue running away.
Oh, this is so much pain.
Sprint this way and try again to grapple it to grab it.
All right, go for it. Set me up that DC. Let's find out what happens.
19. That's not
That's
awful.
better.
It's a 10. It wasn't
For
great.
a natural 1, it
Yep.
fails with a 7.
I know this is not very aerodynamic, by on account of being a troll,
Yep.
but I'm gonna try my very best to fucking hurl it up here to the lower level.
All right. This is going to require quite the high check. I'm going to say, now if it was a normal thing, you're getting
Did you
like
rage
60.
beforehand?
No,
Did
I
you-
didn't rage yet.
Do you have any rages left?
I have 1. I'm
One.
saving it for when I become visible, inevitably.
Fair.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this is quite a high check at 23.
Expected.
But not.
Natural!
Oh!
You tried to move it, but it's just locked in on Sid.
I'm gonna
Like,
try
no,
it
I won
again.
this guy.
I'm gonna try it again.
It was just one of those suplex moments where this.
Albina's having a rough day today.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Apparently, you were just situating your legs properly, getting it kind of braced as you just hurl this thing.
The floor cracks
You found
underneath
that
her.
solid base.
Elvina just plants her feet, the floor just cracks underneath her feet, and you heave!
It isn't able to
See,
get up to
this
the
is
brute,
why you
but it
lift
does
with your
get up to the
legs.
ogre level.
That's all I was trying to get to that level. All I was trying to do wasn't. I knew I couldn't get to the brute.
Okay, and this brute unfortunately still isn't able to dislodge this fighting troll off him.
Well, this is good.
All right, you've managed to successfully hurl the feral troll up onto the ledge with the slave master ogres, and now there's just all hell breaking loose on these ledges as the slaves run for safety to the east. And Sid, you're left there, still just
Maimed.
maimed, just blood.
Maimed
just
is the
off
word.
a couple of the wounds, having just seen
Oh.
an invisible creature hurl this troll through the air.
You saw how big Alvina is as well. She just pitched that troll.
And Alvina, I believe that was all of your
Yeah, that's
attacks
all.
and actions.
That's everything I can do. Is that I can still technically move a bit more, but I think that its point. The rest of the move is unplanting her feet. Honestly, with that roll.
As we since it's Sid's next turn. Anyway, Sid, we go to you. You've just you're alive.
I run. I don't have my weapons with me.
You've got a
I
pickaxe.
run.
Nope, they'll
I
be
have a
back
yes. I'm
in-
not strength based.
Ah.
as you continue running after the slaves and make your way into the kind of passageway into the what you know to be the easternmost mine shaft, effectively off the lower levels, and also the one that they've got deliberately kind of booby trapped, as well as a roaming gang of ogres that pick anyone up that tries to run. There've been a few escapees, but they either always return bloodied and bruised, or they return dead. No one's ever successfully made it out of here. There was also that gossip of they're actually, now that I think about it, and now that you think about it, kind of running through this, of trying to piece everything together as to what's happening. There was an incident a day ago in which apparently an agent off Banshee's Grove did attempt to scout out the area and got into a confrontation with the Onis at the entrance.
I think I'm that dryad.
Giving credence to the theory that this, for all intents and purposes, does seem to really strongly indicate there is a Banshee Grove assault on the mines.
Yeah.
So I hope you've
Yeah.
brushed up on your religious text.
Yeah, it
Because
does.
you're about to change owners.
Great. Sure. I hate gods.
As you are running down that corridor, we head back to Alvina real quick, just because you'll meet up the rest of the party in a second. Alvina, given that they won't actually get here before your next round, is there anything you would like to do?
Okay, so how does the fight look like it's going up there?
The ogres are unable to damage the trolls. The trolls have no such limitation. And I actually need to double check if I gave the Oni brutes magic weapons.
They do. They have the +1 glaives.
They also just have magical weapons in general. All their weapons are considered magical.
Cool.
So the Oni brute is looking successfully more victorious. Especially because he actually, once he goes bloody, will have resistance to the troll's damage.
Yay!
I think they are higher level. Yeah, he's a couple of CRs higher, so the only brute is, while getting damaged and is getting close to bloody, is winning this battle against the troll. The ogres are definitely going to die, though.
Well, Alvina is going to do the one thing that she can think of, which may even the odds a little bit for that top one, and also just do a bit of a wallop in general to everything. Because I believe I can get in range to do that, can't I?
Potentially.
How far up is the Oni brute again?
He's on the 60-foot ledge.
Okay, I'm gonna get within 30 feet of this ledge, draw the amethyst sword, take a big sweep, and singularity slash right at the Oni brute.
Okay.
Try to hit everything, but specifically making sure the Oni Brute is getting hit, and this will break the invisibility. And then she's gonna fucking run.
That is a 10 for the Oni Brute.
DC 20.
He only has resistance against spells, and this isn't a spell, it's a magical effect, so that doesn't apply here. Is there anything else he has? Nope. 'cause this is a
51.
spell, or technically a cast spell. That's fine. All right. As he takes it, and he's going to take the full 51 force damage.
He's pinned to the ground.
Definitely giving the troll the advantage here and might be able to swing this battle in the other way. And then you're going to run after Sid and the fleeing slaves.
She's gonna go, bye, boom!
Then we proceed to everyone else loses the delay action effectively, as you guys are going to meet up in the middle, or not in the middle, as you're already like halfway towards the entrance. A couple
actually
rounds later, 2 or 3
I end my
entrances there.
invisibility, actually. 'Cause it's not a spell or an attack.
So you're still invisible.
I might be. This is one of the ones I could definitely go with. It breaks it, but I'm not sure.
This would be equivalent to if a beat of fireball breaks it.
Fireball is a spell, which would break it.
Yeah, but beat of fireball is an
not
item.
cast a spell.
Yeah.
It has the effect
Oh, beat the
of a
fireball.
spell.
I think you said
Yeah, it
casting
does not.
fireball, sorry.
Yeah, you're still invisible.
Absolutely invisible.
As you run up, though, you watch as my wounds are knitting together, and I look round at you and say, "I don't know where you came from."
Well, you're pretty sure they came from Banshee's Grove.
But whatever weapons you brought with you, fucking hell, I just grabbed them all.
Yeah, you okay? She's way fast. I'm assuming she's way faster than you. She's faster than all the slaves, know that. So,
yeah, 30 feet.
Yeah, 45. So Alvin is sprinting up after you, and he goes, "Yeah, it's a long story." Hi,
Very
by the way,
long.
I'm Alvina.
I'm
my
Sid.
friend's around
Oh,
that corner up ahead.
Actually, I'm Mark.
Hi, Mark. My friend's around that corner.
Right.
Apparently beats of fireball do not break invisibility. Good to know.
No, they don't.
I got a great idea for a poltergeist wizard.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Necklace of fireball. It's good.
Yep.
But after a couple seconds of running, much shorter than you were expecting, you come face to face with, I'm going to assume, the rest of the party leading the way, with Abigail just behind them leading the newly formed
Still
mini
traumatized.
The Hydras be in
she's successfully repressing everything, I'll have you know.
Where would the Hydras be?
That's not healthy.
She's learned from Dr. Zormir.
So I'm assuming you've got like Susie in front and the other one at the back, Gregor at the back.
So these people are terrified, and the first thing that these slaves come into contact with is a hungry Hydra.
It's like,
Yeah.
But Sid, you're able to kind of overtake the slaves, just kind of leading the way. As you come across face to face with the party sees down this Earth Genasi leading a small group, a little bit smaller than the group you already have, but close in size, who are just terrified and shaking as they kind of stop at the Hydras. What do you do?
I get in front of them and I draw the war pick, even though I'm injured, and say, "I wouldn't go that way if I were you. There's some horrible
What did
scenes."
Alvina unleash on them?
Hi guys! Alvin is still invisible, like bouncing on the spot.
Three feral trolls.
The ones with the three heads.
A bit of overkill, especially since she chucked one of them at me.
That was an accident. The ogre's corpse got in the way.
What's your wisdom?
Mine?
Yeah, what's its wisdom? What's your past?
12.
I thought you were a cleric. Interesting.
No.
Oh, you're a paladin. That was.
Or a monk.
As you arrive, Hydras.
She looks surprisingly
it's not
tame.
common for maybe the divine faction to use Hydras. You could see it. Plus, you're a little bit concentrating on the fact that you're trying to make sure that none of the slaves get murdered in this civil war, effectively, or not civil war, this faction warfare going on.
And one of the Hydras has a saddle and bridle.
Yeah, Susie, the one that you're looking at, actually has a...
You know, that doesn't seem strange to you. This still doesn't disprove that they're with the Radiant faction. And as you kind of look back, you can see just behind them with that passive, the rest of the slaves kind of following them. It doesn't look like they're evacuating the slaves.
Look at that girl, Susie.
What
Oh, it looks like we're
What's
rounding
going
the
on?
slaves up.
Yeah.
Well, I guess technically the rebellion?
Fuck
We're
off!
part
No,
of
you're
the
not.
rebellion.
Kind
No,
of.
you're not.
Yeah, sort of.
Abigail.
Where are you
Abigail's
from?
the rebellion.
We're
I'm
definitely
gonna go
Abigail.
ahead and give
I
you
am-
the persuasion check.
Well, there's Alvina doing the persuasion check. 'Cause she's...
Yeah, just because you're the first one to say it. I just want to see what the initial reaction is.
Jeez.
Come
How
on,
long it takes to clear
persuasion.
this up.
Please be in that one so I can kill you.
15.
My insight is only 14.
Woo! You believe her.
It's not even a lie.
I know,
I am disbelieving.
Said knows it's the truth.
No, I know that she believes she could be mind controlled for all I know.
And also, if they are with the trickery domain, as you saw of the illusion, if there's some sort of hybrid nature trickery, it's entirely possible they're being really good at deception.
Yep, entirely possible.
Another person is added to the list of people that thinks Alvina's a master liar.
I deliberately checked to see if they knew Rebellion can, and they did not. Meaning,
Sorry, but technically we're rebellion.
there's no way they're actually part of the Rebellion, otherwise they would have understood you.
You're
Abigail's
not
definitely
with you're not with the Rebellion, are you? You're just rounding up slaves to take back to your Radiant Masters, aren't you?
I have no
No.
masters, thank you very much. I am my own master.
Abigail, can you?
I mean, technically, we've kidnapped like the.
Well, no.
rebellions.
She came with us through her own
Yeah,
volition.
We talked with her, and she
Can we-
followed what she wanted to do.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Do you know,
Abigail,
Big
Daddy
Brother?
didn't like it. but
Abigail,
that's
come
what
up
she
the
wanted
front,
to do.
please. Can you know
Yeah,
that? You know the cant for this to show this person that we're with you.
Let's see.
Would I recognize Abigail? I did not say Sid, I said Mark.
Oh, Mark. They're Mark. Sorry.
Give me an insight check.
Insight.
Insight or history, your choice. I never know what to do for the recognition.
Let's go history usually for it, or just flat intelligence. So I usually use.
I am not good at history, so it will be an insight. I rolled over a 20! You suck,
Hey!
D&D Beyond.
6.
I fucking hate you. What is
The
with
best-
these dice rolls?
The
Do you
best
really
over
want to
20
get that
ever.
character murdered in the first session? Are
God
you that
damn it.
determined?
Yeah, there
You
aren't.
don't recognize her herself. It's possible you've never actually been to Salvage, since you're not a specialist, or you're not a special agent like the professor was.
Yeah.
You're an infiltrator,
I'm an infiltrator.
which means your assignment's a little bit different, and you don't actually go to outposts as much.
No.
Is there nothing she can say or do that would
Oh, yeah, we're
getting
convince?
to.
I was going to get to that. She is going
Mark.
to do Rebellion Camp to Mark. As she kind of steps forward, you kind of she looks a little bit pale in the face, like she sees some shit last month.
No,
Hour.
she
The
has.
last half hour, yeah.
Moves forward,
Alvina
and
pats her head.
to the rest of the party, begins talking about geographic rock formations. Talking about where different mushrooms and crystals form.
It's our new
Yeah.
hobby.
I seem to return
Question.
the
Sentiment.
conversation. My eyes narrow slightly. I
Saw a rock
communicate.
that looks like a rhino once.
I communicate to her. Are these people holding you under duress, love?
She responds back of, "No, it's a complicated story, but I can vouch for them. Their intentions are with the Noids if their methods are a little extreme and radical."
A little extreme. She threw a rabid troll at me.
Look, they get results.
That we do.
She's
That we do.
she's
Are
just
you?
not
really.
good results, but results.
It's technically good results.
you
Remember we
here-
put on the first ever rock concert this planet has
Yeah.
ever had?
Oh, yeah.
Why are we talking about mushrooms and rocks?
I don't know. I'm hungry though.
The,
You're
the,
always
the
hungry.
point-
they
the
grow
point
they
we'll
grow
throw
very
in-
widely in the forests beyond the spine.
Really?
By
Oh, I have
which-
to go there.
By,
the,
by
the
which
point will
I
throw
mean,
in some just general rock facts from his training.
I will give some random plant facts for being in it. Well,
No,
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 like
no,
some of the
no.
weird fey plants.
I mean,
that
there's
she's
a
Not
obsidian crater back there now.
Please
And
don't
we
talk
found a
about the crater.
charismatic rock.
Are you a superior then? Are you here to extract me? Is that what you sent to extract me?
the hell are you
Uh,
again?
Not directly. I'm, I guess,
Eh.
a liaison between this new. I guess the best explanation is mercenary group that works for the rebellion.
Is this
I'm
still in
trying to
Cant?
recover
Is this-
something of mine.
Yeah, is this still in Cant or is it in Common now?
Yes.
Yes,
This
this
is all
would be
in
rebellion,
Kent.
Kent.
Could
Yeah.
Annabelle not say she's the daughter
That's
of
probably not the best thing to randomly say.
warden?
That's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
not-
But
possibly
she's
not
more
important.
trying to ease his mind about you guys first, unbeknownst to all of you.
Well,
But
Ask,
I
is the-
represent salvation. We're here to, or as a side mission, I suppose. My father, Warder Charwood, asked us to locate the agent of the Black Phoenix within. We were told to look for the black egg.
Oh, wait, I actually don't remember that.
Fucky's going to turn to Sod off and go, "Is he your cousin?"
Charlotte just shakes his head,
Okay.
Ah.
shrugs his little flamethrower. But Mark, you would, in similar concepts, but in entirely different routes. It's taught only to people who join the rebellion.
Maybe a different secret
Makes
language.
sense.
Or if it was similar, I'd just be like throwing in words like hammer, spanner.
Because just because of the way it's formed,
Where is the bathroom?
it's the same
Donde
theory
está?
behind it.
Donde
But
es la
unless you know
biblioteca?
the exact word translations, you wouldn't
Can
know.
we have-
It wouldn't translate.
Why I ask her why would what's his name?
Why
The
is this psychopathic woman
Cinder Brush?
Charwood.
Why did Charwood send a band of mercenaries and a liaison? Surely it would have sent a specialist to extract me.
can we have this conversation of rocks somewhere else? I mean, this isn't exactly safe.
Sorry, Zormir. This will just take a second. This is important.
Also, Zoma, it
Okay.
technically is safe. I think they're going to be with those trolls for a while.
We weren't. That's what I'm saying. We weren't sent to extract you. We just happened to be in the area, and I was told that we might as well help you out in this scenario. It's coincidental, but like I said, we're working with an experimental team with experimental methods.
Listen, comment.
No, a couple points for James. You would recognize the black egg as your cold name,
Yeah.
which gives a little bit more legitimacy to this. It's still possible they could have somehow received this information. It's still a plot.
Mhm.
Slaughtered the
There's enough
village and got
weirdness going along that you're not like absolutely sure. There's a little bit of doubt that maybe they might be telling the truth. Might.
There's
Still
currently,
could be a
an,
lie.
there's currently an invisible woman covered in blood and ash and things petting a giant hydra.
And while you
Things a bit weird.
don't know her herself, you at least know the name Warder Charwood, as
Mhm.
there's not that many warders, and mostly everyone in the rebellion knows the warders just because they're quite prominent positions.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's
and
like
quite-
4 or 6, I think. You
Um,
said
something
like that.
around that, as I haven't
Yeah.
actually.
We'll say
solidified how many
5.
Yeah,
settlements there are.
there's around about half
Single
dozen.
digit numbers. Single
Yeah.
digit numbers.
But they are in charge of the very few settlements that help funnel and fuel the rebellion in this continent.
If you're looking for the black egg, I'm sure we can find them together. Raise an
Being code.
eyebrow.
Speaking code in the code. Great.
She kind of just tilts her head at you. We've been speaking rebellion can't this entire time. Nobody else knows rebellion can't.
I look around the party.
It's pretty obvious you're the black egg. No, you
Sorry,
can-
I have just been clawed 3 times by a rabid troll.
The,
Bitten.
I'm not quite myself
And
the,
today.
the point is obviously paying very close attention, but that might be because rock facts.
He's
The point is
he's
really
going-
interested in the rocks.
He's just like
aside from actual stories of rock and mushroom,
Ignorant
there's a little bit on rock music.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's like one
Lag
there's like one
mushroom.
word. There's like one word of like scales and arpeggios.
I think I invented rock music in this universe.
You did, yeah.
treble,
We did the
whammy
first one.
bar.
Very well.
But yes, over time,
I-
eventually you can talk.
Very well. I require help getting my personal effects if you require my assistance.
You can fight.
Oh, I can fight.
Yeah, this is and this is all now back in common. This is the agent that
Oh, finally, we're
Other
not talking about
Yeah.
mushrooms.
I mean, I'm still hungry.
I mean, I
So
saw a
Alvina's
badger
like-
somewhere.
Possibly the Alvina's like pulled something out of her bag and is possibly seeing the invisible person taking bites out of something.
before we do move on, before I forget, I absolutely just love the idea of them speaking Rebellion Can and Mushroom and Rock and the party just joining in
Yeah.
Just chipping in random words.
on what they're even saying. So congratulations, you all get a destiny point.
Hey!
Because I don't know why I do really like that.
It's pretty fun.
So good.
It
I
seems
mean,
very
We have a
unplanned from the
squid.
party.
Yeah, we have a squid in mushroom wine over there.
I don't know what that is. Is that code? Is there a new code?
No,
No.
like,
No,
and
it's literally
Alvina
a
just
squid
picks,
thing in mushroom wine.
Alvina picks it up, the barrel with that assassin in, and I'm assuming because Kada's not here, so assassin would say hi.
Abigail just pats
Horrifying.
Mark on the shoulder. You'll just learn to roll with it. It's just easier if you don't question everything.
You
She
said
starts
you
moving
can-
off with the rebellion.
I'm assuming you have 10-foot blind sight, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought you had that. So you can feel Alvina just grinning her head off within like close proximity to you, essentially.
Could you not breathe on me?
No,
No, you won't breathe on me, or no, you can't not breathe on me.
yes.
What do you
As you're having this
No,
conversation-
yes, you won't breathe on me, or yes, you can't not. I've lost track now. I'm sorry. I'm not
This-
well. I'm not book read.
I like this one. And
Neither
I take one
she.
back.
My
I have
knees are
eaten
buckle.
many books, thank you
Yeah.
very much.
He said book read, not book eaten.
Oh. I've read
Yeah.
one book.
Meanwhile,
Cookbooks don't
is one
count.
of you a healer? The other folks here are in need of medical assistance, and to be honest, so am I. Since
Let's
your
adopt
friend
it.
here threw a troll at me.
It was an accident.
I mean,
Yes, well, many things are.
do we have the magic to spare to keep on healing people now? I mean,
I have one spell slot.
Ah, then I will.
But no, I
I
can
will-
still give you
Ow.
a little something.
No, it's fine. Does anyone else require heal? I can do it myself. I'll just require 10 minutes, and I can heal multiple people.
I could use it, honestly. That a few of the things previously have hurt.
I would just be remiss if I didn't
Oof.
say how long do we have before those trolls finish off the Oni and the ogres and
I mean,
make their
probably
way
not
down
long.
this direction.
Alvina, do you want to go back to check?
we will move back down the corridor and hope
Go
that
give it a
go
minute.
somewhere else.
I could use some healing as well, but we give it a couple minutes, then I'll go back and check.
I suggest we get out of this corridor back
I
to the
throw, him
other.
I throw him onto the staircase, so the trolls are might, if we're lucky, start going up and clearing the way for us.
We
Do
can
you want
only
to
hope
check that, and then I'll cast my spell? And...
I'd rather
I'd
not.
rather let him finish the fight first, and then I'll go and check.
Yeah.
I'll check in a couple minutes.
All right, I'll
You got time for your
begin.
spell.
I'll
Mhm.
begin casting Prayer of Healing. Then I can target 6 creatures. I will include myself. Who
Yeah,
else
obviously.
needs? Probably Alvina.
I'm down a few hit points still, yeah.
Yeah. Is it creatures you can see? I can see you as long as you're within 10 feet of me.
I will be, yeah.
Cool.
How much health do you have, James?
I was down at 24. I'll be honest.
What's your
So,
total?
76.
I'm down a bit as well still.
But it's fine.
Okay.
I can lay on hands myself a little bit and then prayer of healing
Do that in private.
some more.
Zormir gets 10. Alvina gets 10, and
Thank you.
Sid can get 20.
20?
Yes.
How?
I'm a cleric.
Yeah,
But-
they're big healer.
But 20 hit points? That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, I had to spread them out over you.
All right, okay. Still, that's good. Is anyone still down?
Yeah,
I'm still there.
I am down 6 hit
Cool.
points now.
Yes, I'm down 12, but I can cope with being down 12.
I would rather everyone be high, so I will cast 9 plus 5, 14 hit points back to myself first and foremost, then the tanks,
Mancashan.
Gwent. Did
I'm
you
full.
get hit? Yeah,
No,
you didn't
full,
get hit.
baby.
Cool. I'm only 3 off max now. That's good.
Nice.
I'm back to
Very
max.
good. Excellent. I'll any of the commoners who are especially badly injured. You know what? The commoner that got stabbed by Ori. I'll heal them.
I'm the one that's beaten bloody who stabbed them.
That is Ori.
No, alright, no, the other one as well, who got stabbed.
Then
Who
Yeah.
was barely alive.
Hmm. Cool.
They'd been stabilized. The other
it
one.
was Len or something.
Something like that.
What do you mean,
It was
look?
a hobbit. It was the other hobbit.
Is Lox's name, or is it just Loxodon?
Yes.
No, Lox is name now.
Okay.
Locks and bagels.
After the healing.
Have we
one,
just named someone Guy?
It's naming someone human. Essentially.
No, just Q.
No, it's
Hugh.
Hugh.
Hugh
Man.
man.
G-Man, yeah.
Hugh man guy.
Use an actual name. See, it's not that unreasonable.
Exactly. Yeah, after the healing prayer is done, I'll be able to go, thanks very much. I'll go check to see if they're finished. And run off!
That's
Back
fair.
down
Go
the-
ahead and give me a stealth check.
Advantage because you're still invisible.
Yep. Pretty much why. This entire thing has been done by stealth, barbarian.
If you don't mind, I'd like
Oh,
to
18.
I'd like to slip into something more comfortable if it's all the same to you. Excuse me for a second.
Gay.
You want
There
to
you
get
go.
your bloodstained clothes?
Something like that.
I really wanted to be like a velvet smoking jacket for some reason.
Actually,
They
they
just
go,
They just put on their shades underground in the mud.
as they begin to walk away, you watch as their armor begins to sparkle and change shape and form, and they take out a small makeup pad from their pocket, and they go behind a rock for about 20 seconds and come back out, and you see a dwarf. Wide, broad-shouldered, very sort of huff and puffy,
I mean,
auburn hair,
how
ivory
tall
skin.
were you?
Oh, it's large, about 6 foot.
Yeah,
A fucking changeling.
dwarves are about 5 foot, so unless you can shrink.
They're a fucking changeling.
Oh, it's fine. I can disguise. I can disguise myself. What makes me a master infiltrator? Oh, sorry,
Alvina's
that's
not
not.
here.
Sorry, that's
I
not
like
her
the look.
voice. That's not her voice. I can cast disguise self on myself. It's no, never mind.
Okay, it is them.
Southern Belle.
Yeah.
And
in-
like, make sure it.
I literally have the concept that if anyone's seen that new Spy Family anime, that you just like pull off the face mask essentially, which is just a normal person's head. You just like rip it off like a paper bag, and it's just different face underneath.
She has amazing sideburns, by the way.
That's always a bit
And,
of pride on female dwarves from what I've
The point
Mhm.
is jealous of the sideburns.
Full Elvis in his
Well-
heyday sideburns, or
Hmm?
full Elvis in his heyday sideburns?
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah,
sideburns.
Yeah, very much so.
What about
She's
John
she's
McCririck
southern.
sideburns?
No, not that fuzzy. No, she's got
Ah,
deep red hair, ivory skin, eyes of emerald green.
You're Alvina. though.
Jolene?
Yeah,
Oh,
you knew my
you know-
name.
Oh,
Lots of
Christ.
people's entire passive. You don't see Drax anymore. Drax has disappeared again.
That's normal.
He does that.
Who does what?
it's not really a surprise.
Oh,
Long story.
A
Well, we
friend
got
he
time while your friend's coming back.
where did Drax go? Oh, he's probably
Right.
going scouting for information.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's probably another thing we should warn you about.
Okay, just brace yourself. We've got a freaking aboleth.
yeah.
Oh,
I turn to Abigail. Y'all have an aboleth with you. I
Yes.
see. So the rebellions allied themselves with the very people the very monsters they're trying to overthrow. Is that it now?
No, they were
This one's a free
captured
agent. This one's a free agent.
and pretty much a free agent.
Alvina's bugging off.
Pretty much a free agent.
They
That's
they have
interesting.
they
I
have
have
a
my own misgivings
keen
as well. But
They have
They're
a
with
keen-
us. We're with the rebellion.
they have a keen interest in artificery.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's a dead art.
What do you mean
No,
dead?
well, no one does artificery now. It died years and years ago,
Like we've met
Actually-
artificers in this
actually, it
world.
died thousands
didn't it?
of years ago.
Didn't it?
Flashes up.
We've let several artificers already in this world.
Well, I haven't.
Flashes
So-
up the blade of my
I think you've only met
weapon.
2, 3, and they're all monstrous races.
No, because we met
Void
the what's his name, the dwarf guy.
Yeah.
Who's an artificer?
Bruce
Uh,
Shoulders?
yeah.
Bruce Shoulder is an artificer.
The
He is
charac-
every other skill.
They're artisans, not
The
artificers.
character that I made in this world was an artificer. Captain Woolenbeard, he
Oh.
was an artificer. He was a little artificer, but it was
That's
limited.
fair. He was one of the very rare and unique artificers from the rebellion. There's like maybe a handful of them.
It's not completely dead. It's just very, very dying.
Very, very rare.
High
Yeah,
levels
that's
of
why he died.
artifice.
This wasn't very good.
High levels of artifice are
He hasn't
very hard
died.
to come by.
As far as you know.
As far as Assassin's story goes, he's still alive.
I find that highly offensive.
Which means he could actually not be real as well.
Well, don't take it personal, Sugar, but I don't know you from Adam, so
I'm quite a skilled artificer, and
But no, when Alvina gets back, you find a ton of dead ogres, and if you explore enough, even a dead brute.
oh
Hey. Alvina will scout around for look because there were the 2 ogres that buggered off.
Give me a survival check if you're looking for tracks.
Did they even manage to kill one of the trolls, or is there still
natural
all
one.
3 of the
Alvina can't
trolls
see any
wandering around?
tracks.
Well, the ogres wouldn't have wouldn't be able to kill the trolls, so it was only the brute that had a chance. And apparently, I did a bunch of skill checks for each side. The trolls
Oh.
just managed to beat out the brute before it could kill him.
Oh,
Alvina
so they've
helped-
probably
Alvina
fully
gave the troll an
regenerated
assist.
by now.
Yeah,
Alvina
'cause
gave the
that's
troll the
almost
troll an assist by pinning the ogre brute to the ground.
Yeah, so that turned the battle, giving it a fair chance. As you're looking around for tracks, you don't see anything. Who knows where the trolls have gone? You know, the earth here is actually quite like compact from all the slaves moving around, the ogres. So there isn't discernible prints for trolls, and apparently trolls are just really light on their feet.
It's for the ogres as well, because there were the 2 ogre corpses that are unaccounted for. The 2 that were down here. She didn't get those either because it's a natural one. So
Yeah, you easily track those to 2 of the ogres that are up on the first high rise now.
Oh, okay. That was just a freebie. Good.
Yeah,
But
you knew there was 5 ogres, and you count 5 ogre bodies.
So Alvina is now going to do the same thing that she'd normally do. She can't see anything that's a threat, so she's going to live. Before she comes back.
Of course.
That's fair. As you come into this tent, it looks to be almost like a I don't know, I guess a command tent, but lightly furnished. There's a little padded chair fit for a giant. A table with some scrolls across them written in this very bad handwriting in giant script.
He's definitely taking the scrolls.
And a small chest. Or, I say small chest. A small chest for a giant. A large chest for you. With this beautiful kind of golden, what looks to be almost golden gilded steel bands kind of around the chest, kind of ornating it. You can see the wood's very lovely. It looks like a nice kind of storage chest. Someone's put a little bit of value into this. With a very hefty lock built into the actual chest itself.
Ooh.
Break the lock.
It's built
Uh,
into the damn thing.
She might still be able to
Go
do it,
on.
but Alvina's going to. What's the rest of the chest made of?
It's a solid, strong oak wood with the golden gilded bands kind of running around the edges and perimeter of it.
Hey, she's gonna set the edge of the of a magic weapon against basically the wooden part and just start soaring through it. Like, I'm
Right,
not
now-
trusting that hinge.
Now this does technically count as you brute force opening it,
Yeah, from a different angle.
which means there is a chance you could break something inside.
Fair point, actually. Yeah.
That's the risk of just opening. This is why you can't just smash open a chest.
100%, yeah.
You can either break it open and risk breaking something inside, or you can lockpick it. You are fine to attempt to just brute force it open. I just want you to be aware of the consequences if you fail.
Do I actually have lockpicks? This is an excellent question.
I don't know. Do you have lock picking proficiency?
I don't know the proficiency, but I think I might actually have some lockpicks.
You know someone who could pick the lock for you?
I know,
Yeah,
but I've got to
oh, wow,
try it
firing
myself
around.
first.
Things you're not good at, but you could do.
I've got to check if I've even got the lockpicks in general, because you can make the check and but I have to make sure I've got the things that allow me to do the check. Usually.
Yeah, so the players are aware if you don't have proficiency in a skill, while you can do it, it will have a higher DC than someone who is skilled. So it can get exponentially harder.
She does not have any lockpicks, so she's just going to like keep it for now then.
She's not got like a hair clip.
Go ahead and give me a general investigation, see if there's anything outside the chest, but you're pretty confident anything of value or loot is probably in the lock chest.
Yeah. Oh, this is great. That was a lot better than a lot of the other rolls I've been making today, and that was with a -2. I got 11.
You find an ale mug of half-drunk flint oil. You're still not sure why the giants are drinking flint oil, but hey, they seem to like it.
I'm just gonna chug it.
You
Of course you are.
find a kind of ink pen with some just regular black ink. There doesn't look to be any of the golden ink here. It looks like it's just going to use to kind of touch up the edges of the patterns. You can see what looks to be some sort of potentially armor repair kit, but it looks slightly different to the one you're used to seeing for metallic armors.
Okay, armor repair kit.
It's called an organic armor repair kit.
Okay.
If you want to give it a title, as well as one or two other kind of trinkets of no actual value, but that you like a giant might have on them.
I'll just put random trinkets giant essentially as the. I'll find a use for them. What does the
I mean, Luke could do with
gunpowder
the ink
taste
for his
like? 'Cause
forgery kit.
Yeah, Alvino basically go, why do they keep drinking this? Huh, and chug it just to see what it tastes like.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw.
You burp a little bit of flame and then go, spicy.
16.
16. It is incredibly bitter and like you're licking the back of a game cartridge.
Oh,
I know. I actually know what that tastes like.
As well
we
as
all do.
you nearly choke on the fact that it's a little bit more viscous than an actual liquid. It's a bit more of a sludge.
Does it taste like the Switch cartridges?
Yes.
Right.
Just to go, yeah, I don't really see it, and like chuck the rest of it over her shoulder, just onto the floor, and pocket the tankard.
That's fair, you do so.
That's everything lootable from in there. She'll just have a general gander around the rest of the area for anything possibly not nailed down, but knowing her, even if it's nailed down, but just not is
Rip it
not
out.
yeah, just not something that stuff that she can carry back essentially.
That's fair. We'll get rid of the rest of the slaves here as they've managed to go to one of the other areas at this point.
But she will loot the ogres and Oni if there's anything remaining on them that's workable.
You find some very large crossbows and crossbolts, too big for a normal sized person to use. Potentially usable if you
Spears?
like.
Make the bolts into spears.
Did the brute have a golden glaive?
Yeah, did he have another glaive?
Oh yes, he would have, yes, as well as another ring, but there's a chance that one breaks in combat.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for you, that ring did break. You know what? That's so bad that even the glaive is broken in half.
Oh.
Throw and all his rage just smashed it.
So we still got 2 of the glaives, so we'll be fine.
I mean, is the golden arcanite in it salvageable?
Yes, you can essentially turn it back into its component forms of golden arcanite dust.
Okay,
that
we take it then.
Could do something with and effectively recycle it.
Mm-hmm.
So
is it the same with the indigo ring as well? Is that can that be
yes,
salvaged?
which is why Zormir already has a bunch of broken pieces.
Right.
Yeah, I have several of them actually. I have 4 of them now.
Cool.
I've got 3 cracked indigo rings.
That's
2
why it's
gold
like this is the 4th.
2 golden arcanite dust and
Bunch
2
of
plus 1 golden infused glaive.
yeah.
Cool.
Lots of what's it called? What did I put? Lots of bolts. Giant bolts are basically put in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming the what's it called? Braces of defense the ogres have are buggered, or well, maybe 1 or 2.
I'll say you managed to salvage at least 1 with that roll.
Okay. Braces of defense. We start actually outfitting a couple of these random civilians.
I mean, you'd be able to wear them as well.
I'm already wearing some.
Ah, fair.
They just haven't done. Their attunement hasn't finished yet.
Gotcha.
It'll be very soon, but it hasn't quite finished yet, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's probably about it. Is there anything in these like coolers?
Yes, those were the effectively explosives. They're mild explosives used to dislodge more difficult bits of mining that the pickaxe, particularly since the pickaxe kind of rusted and wore down, wouldn't get through. So they are only of like firework level explosiveness.
Oh, that's fine.
But there are 2 giant dumpster trucks effectively full of them. As well as what looks to be just some sheet paneling on the floor over to the far east here, and what appears to be some sort of broken vase to the north underneath several gargoyle statues embedded in the walls, kind of looking over the area.
Just sheep beard concern.
Metal sheets. Yeah, that's very, very accurate.
Assassin tells you that they get a strange sensation from the gargoyles. You also pass 2 gargoyle statues coming into them. They don't seem to react unless you're an aberration.
They're those things again. Okay. We've seen this kind of stuff before. When they say that, we've seen the what's it called, the dogs.
Yes, so these would be a similar defense mechanism.
Yeah, Albino just goes, that'll be why Drax buggered off. Interesting. And I'm assuming that is basically it.
Yes, as everything of note.
Okay. So Alvina will run back and go, yep, trolls are gone. There's a lot of stuff. Zoma, can you pick this box?
Sure.
Thank you.
You
I
were
looted
away
everything.
for a bit and you decided to loot rather than...
Here's
I
some
shouldn't
more.
expect it.
Here's some gold arcanite dust for you as to compensate.
I've been a good girl. Here you go.
Now please pick the luck.
It's not bribery at all.
How much arcanite dust am I adding to?
Just 1 glaive's worth, so whatever that is.
It'd just be 1 arcanite dust, or 1 unit of arcanite dust.
Right.
You
we
can
got-
start slowly fitting up the growing rebellion army as Sid's now free slaves have met up with the new slaves. And Sid, as you kind of spend some time amongst the new slaves, they do seem to be keeping to the story, or their actions are keeping to the story of their very, very eccentric, out there, specialist, experimental mercenary group working for the rebellion. As at least all the
Even
free
like-
slaves appear to be quite happy, if a little stunned, and you hear whispers of stories of a giant explosive bomb setting off in the center of the room, the fact that they slaughtered and killed several ogre guards and Oni
Alvina.
protectors. This
Alvina
creature
being-
known as Alvina that very quickly you realize is the Alvina you've already met, and yep, stories definitely confirm what you saw.
Then there's a
Hmm.
goblin trying to communicate with essentially a campfire.
Yeah, walking campfire.
Yeah, as you get to see each of the players, they become more and more strange and more just distinctly exotic in their own way.
I'll flick my
Then there's a
multi-tool in
cow.
my hand, which turns into the lockpicks. I'm like, I'll show you some artificery, you whatever the frick you are. Just
Please don't natural one this. This is my big request for you.
yeah, it was more just to show off the flick.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Uh,
otherwise Alvina is going to just brute force open this chest if you fail this. And
Right.
fuck. If it's
So
If
it's
only
sleight
we
of
had
hand.
an artificer.
I've got
you also have lockpicking, so
Oh,
Yeah,
I've got
profi-
proficiency in thieves' tools as well. So
you can have a few people take a crack
what
at
have
it.
you? What have you got with regards to
You kn-
pluses? Because I've
Yeah,
got
you've got
You know-
magical thieves tools as well.
So-
You know, if
That'd be a
you're
plus
having
4.
trouble there with your chest,
if
I
it,
can
I don't
give
have
it a
a plus
crack.
4.
I would have a +7.
All right, I'll
Plus
give you my
8.
tool. Give you a +1.
It's a
So-
magical
Plus 8
thieves
sugar.
I give you guidance for.
Oh,
14.
So who?
uh,
Who's
you
rolling
roll.
then?
Being
because
is it's trapped.
I'm giving you my magic tool to give you a +1 to
Okay.
make that.
Jolene is just standing there. The dwarf is just standing there, sort of watching, about 20 foot back and to the side, just craning in. An eyebrow raises. Hmm.
I'm gonna be holding the chest from the back of it essentially. So I'm fairly expecting to get hit by whatever the hell explosion this probably is. But
So that's 17.
18, isn't it?
Oh, 18 then. Yeah.
Yeah, because of the magic tool.
18.
Yeah.
Right, because you're adding a modifier.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. 18 succeeds.
Yay.
It's not like a magical chest or anything. It's just his regular treasure chest.
Mhm.
That
That no one's
lieutenant
checked for
area.
traps.
I'll take the tool back.
As you pick it open, you see there is. Actually, I don't think there would be.
Can you make a contested strength check on that one?
God.
You want a strength check against?
Please don't do it. You'll fail, Zormir. I know how
You
comedy
really want a
works. You'll
strength-
never get it back.
Go on, do it.
Do it for a laugh.
Yeah,
But
just
don't
just
take
for
it.
laugh.
17 is a good score. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Now then go.
He's mine now.
Actually, what is that with your athletics, Zormir, if you have athletics?
With my athletics.
It would have been athletics.
Okay. I have a
You have
plus
proficiency.
7. I've got a plus
Then, yeah,
7.
then you actually get 21. You actually
Yeah,
get 21.
you'd
win.
have gone. Yeah, you'd have won.
Oh, sweet. I'll
So
take
Only
it.
you would
just.
have got it back.
You'd have only just won.
Yeah.
A plus 7 onto the.
Just as
Yeah,
enough.
but it'd be +3 to your save. +4, sorry. Because if your total save is a +7 for your athletics, Yeah, save was already a +3, so I just add 4 on top of that. So 21.
Yeah. Okay.
So you just managed to venture out of fuck you.
Wait, what am I doing? I literally rolled 3d4 because I misread it. Oh, it's 1,300 gold. Nice.
400 gold pieces in gems.
Ooh, Alvin of definitely. I love gems.
I'll get you the gems in a second.
Any diamonds goes straight to Gwent. Or anyone who can do
I'm assuming they're
Revivify.
not diamonds on
No,
account of
they're
them
just
not being worth enough.
Yeah, they're just 50
Probably just-
gold gems. So altogether, there'd be 400.
But I would like some diamonds if we can get around to
If
finding
we get some
some.
diamonds, even I'm willing to
Yeah.
give you a diamond.
Remember, Revivify just requires diamonds, plural, to the amount of 300. It doesn't require one 300 gold piece diamond.
Mhm.
So if any of them are diamonds, we can gradually build up our supply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea if everybody donates a diamond as your hey, save me patch.
I'm afraid I don't have any diamonds on me.
Neither do
Sue.
I. I have a lot of different types of gem, but none of them are diamonds.
But I
Let's just
tell you
say-
what I do have. Is a beautiful sword and shield, which unfortunately I couldn't use against them rabbit trolls. I'd be very much obliged if some handsome young man could escort me to my residence so I could collect them. Or I guess I could go myself.
You
Everyone's looking
specifically
now.
asked.
Raise the hand.
I-
and
I-
go.
I
You
mean-
specifically asked for something that I am
I mean-
not. I am a
I
gorgeous
mean-
Yeah,
fish.
you said handsome
She-
man. I don't think any of
Oh,
us.
Zippy.
You
Go on.
are being modest,
will
my
go.
little goblin
go.
companion.
I'll have you know I'm a shifter.
Yeah, he's a cow.
As I take off my
I,
uh,
ooh, a beast
Pick
of a
up my helmet.
man.
By the way, what's the? How many
And I
rolls on
need-
the type? First one is savage. It's 2d4, right?
and I have to keep these people under control.
You fail.
I know it's not easy.
Why do I keep rolling 2d4? I'm an idiot. What? I need to remember what the thing is. Chris, he said there was two rolls on the Primordial Salvage.
Chris, if you're talking, you're muted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 2 die 20.
Yeah, I'll be with you guys in 5 seconds.
No worries.
Oh yeah, quick break.
Yes, you
We're
there,
having a
sugar.
quick
If
break. I need
you
the bathroom.
wouldn't
I'll be back
mind
in a second. I want to roll it.
escorting me.
They're fun. I want to see if we get more dragon
Oh.
eggs.
Zippy might be keen to escort you.
And what might be a zippy?
Our friend over there, the handsome old man
Oh.
over there. He's quite.
He
he's
is a
quite happy
handsome
to be
old man.
free.
Watch his hands.
He's sticky.
I'm not such a fan of sticky.
I don't
But
think
you there,
sticky.
young man with the very, very large gun, if you wouldn't mind escorting me.
Is that me or Zormir?
No, it's clearly the other dwarf.
Okay, yeah. So-
Built this character to be a foil to you all.
Sure. Where are we going?
I think that's a cannon,
Just
not a gun.
over yonder to my my
Yes, it's a
abode.
cannon.
And it's musical instrument, not well, it is.
It's both.
I mean,
I mean,
it's
this is
dual
Merida.
purpose.
He's another artificer that you say don't exist.
It's a very fine piece of work.
Thank you.
As she offers her arm.
The point.
The point takes her arm.
The point does not take the arm, but walks alongside.
She seems a little miffed,
I'm back.
but follows you anyway. Heads towards her tent.
Abigail, do you know anything about this
Thing.
person?
Also, why
Person's
is
a
there a
good
random?
word.
Why is there a random extra dwarf with us now? By the way, that
I think that's
That
Mark.
was gonna.
That's
that
Mark.
was
Salvage's
gonna say-
wife.
Ooh, they can shapeshift. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So, do you mean the dwarf that I taught how to gun, or the dwarf that we're walking with?
The new one, which I didn't recognize.
Okay.
The one that I walked away for like 10 minutes, came back, and there's a new one. That one.
Okay.
Oh, disguise self is a wonderful spell.
Ah, okay.
I can cast it at will.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
Who's well?
Who's will?
A gift from my god.
Ah.
Uh-oh. God.
He's the guy. Will's the guy we always shoot at. That's what I learned.
I
Mum
thought that
told
was
me.
Steve.
Wait.
Always fire at Will.
Are you?
Remember? Mum told me that.
Boo.
It's what-
I thought you said they were part of the rebellion. Why do they sound like they're from the Radiant Empire? What god do you serve?
Me. I'm me. I serve me.
Not you.
Oh.
Well, the only one I serve is him above. The Lord. You know.
Dave?
What?
Jesus?
What
No,
is
no,
that?
I
Jesus.
couldn't resist. I couldn't resist.
Going far too much into like Southern Belle here.
I
Okay?
know, it's great. I love it.
I mean, how can you see above us? We're in a cave.
I mean, it's not that bad. Look,
She
you can
she
see all
point-
these rocks.
So you.
She points up and then points north.
Oh,
then
Santa!
winks.
Santa!
The one I was going for.
Oh,
So,
sure.
so you worship the Oni King?
No. He enslaved me.
Wasn't it your job to get enslaved?
Well, yeah, but
I
You
thought
Symbol of
we-
the thing.
Then congratulations, you're good at your job.
Yeah.
oh, I know, I'm very good.
I'm very confused here.
I
thought
believe
all-
you.
I thought all the gods were bad here.
Well,
You say you met one
yeah.
or something like that?
Not all of them.
Yes. Where
Most
do you
of them
get your
are
power from?
pretty bad.
Don't worry about it.
I just thought Gwent was
So
a
what-
doctor who's really good at their job. I didn't think they had any god connections.
You just keep believing that, sugar.
Even what, sugar?
I'm not sugar.
Sugar?
I'm.
I'm
I'm
hungry
beef.
again. I'll
Don't
be
mention
stomach
food.
rumbles loudly again.
Please
He's
stop
Dr.
talking.
Sugar.
Please stop talking about food in front of Alvino. You'll just make her hungry.
Hungry,
Alvina's always hungry,
I'm already
whether you
hungry.
talk about it or
hungry,
not.
I can cook you up the most delicious gumbo you ever done had.
Ooh, we have to swap recipes sometime.
Excellent. I'll be right back with my recipe book and my
Invisible,
things.
the invisible girl is still talking to you because I'm assuming it hasn't worn off yet.
No, I mean, it probably only has like 5 minutes left on it by now.
Oh, yeah, that means
I'm
my
not-
attunement's done for my braces.
She
thought
heads and grabs her stuff that she is missing.
I thought attunement you had to actually
the
sit and
point-
concentrate with it.
Where are
Yeah,
we
you
getting
do.
this from?
Yeah,
I
usually
have no
wear it for an
idea,
hour.
but I'm just
Oh yeah,
saying that.
is Chris back?
Yeah, as soon as Chris is back, we'll
Yeah.
Roll for
discover.
primordial salvage and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
I can't
thought
actually remember.
I didn't know you could attune by just wearing it for an hour.
Oh, it's the normal one. I don't think you have to.
No, you do have to concentrate on it essentially.
Seriously enough, there's actually nothing that would have stopped Alvina from concentrating on it. I've just realised. Does it have to be done over a rest? Is the check?
Yes.
Usually a short rest, yeah.
That's why it says usually. Yeah, requires to spend a short rest. Yeah, I never have used that rule. Is the basic one. When I'm GMing, I always like to be the passage of time. Essentially, if you wouldn't do something that would stop it.
Mhm.
That's fair.
It allows things to be done like traveling in attunement. It's technically not a short rest, but you are not doing anything that would stop it. Up to Chris on that one. 100%.
Because that would mean
Alvini just needs a nap anyway, so.
it's also for Lou. He needs 2 hours to take.
Because I've got to unattune my armor and attune to the bracers.
Is your
Yeah.
armor attunement?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
because
from me.
it's magical.
Not
Alright,
all
I am
+1
back.
items or attunement?
No.
Most of them are-
Zormir made it,
Zormai's one specifically. Okay.
Yeah, the
Gemstones.
or added to
yeah
it,
the
rather.
enhanced defense. That's it's attunement. Yeah,
That specifically requires attunement. Cool.
I believe. Actually, no, I don't think it is.
Yes, it just makes it into a +1 item, right? And
Yeah,
+1 items
the-
don't require attunement.
Yeah, the enhanced defense for your armor doesn't require attunement.
Yes, you can just
Right
take it
then.
off and take the attunement out
Oh,
of.
he doesn't
Yeah.
need.
braces.
He doesn't need to even take it off then.
No.
He could keep the armor and the tune.
You don't get the benefit of the braces while you're wearing armor as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Then he
Specifically part
just
of it.
need to take the armor off and the tune.
Exactly, which takes like a minute because it's light armor. It takes no time at all.
Mm-hmm.
Then. Oh, it's because if I wear it, I have to attune to it to be a item.
I think you have to
I'm
attune it
with.
into part of your armor, don't you? Which is
Yeah.
attunement
Yeah.
in its own right. Yeah.
That's where it was getting the attunement thing
It's
for
a
me.
really weird niche set of rules that are stacked
Because I was
together.
thinking Tink never attuned to her plus armor.
If you're required to attune to +1 equipment, Alvina wouldn't be able to work as a build.
It was just the way that when you put that onto your character, that
Yeah, it's because you're the armorer subclass.
Yeah.
Because you can essentially attune your like Iron Man suit.
Extra things. Yeah.
Hmm.
Chris, what should I roll for the salvage? If you're ready, back, because I heard you back.
Yes, it's a D20. James rolls a D4, so you get 2 rolls. So 2 people roll me a D20 if they haven't already.
I'll
On
roll.
D20.
I rolled
18.
two earlier, but okay.
Well, no, let other people have the roll, James.
Well, they were taking too long.
Yeah, well,
So I was rolling
You
the
didn't
wrong
know what to
thing.
roll.
Yeah, well, that's right. They were taking
Okay,
too
we're
long.
wrapping
That's
up tonight.
the
We're
story
wrapping
of
up.
this.
Plus,
Yeah.
you were the one to open the damn thing.
what was I doing?
The
18
point
and
was
8.
escorting Jolene to get her sword and shield. Is that okay? Or is it far away?
No, that's okay because it's a non-combat segment anyway.
Awesome.
So I'll roleplay the rest of this out as we wrap up to get to like effectively the next milestone in the.
Yeah,
mind
so the point
end
is going to snoop around that room as much as you can without actually noticing. But apart
You
from
know, none
that,
of these are actually diamond. As in, like, there isn't actually diamond in the 50 GP.
No.
It's like a rollable thing.
No, it's because diamonds I think are minimum 100.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Ah.
The shittiest diamonds in the game I think are 100 gold piece diamonds.
Yeah, because your 50 gold Ps, they'd be like your agates
Ruby.
and things. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all right ones, but they're not. Actually, not ruby. Ruby's also higher. It's like topaz, I think, is
Yeah.
standard. Good.
Well, there you go. For those who might or care, you get 2 carnelians, a Chalcedony, I have no idea how to pronounce it.
Chalcedony.
Chalcedony.
Chalcedony, 2 jaspers, a moonstone, a quartz, and a zircon. Or zircon.
So
Yeah, I don't know that
Oh,
one. I want the moonstone 100%. I mean, Alvin likes gems in general, so.
With a
I'd
salvage-
like a Jasper.
Oh, you can have one of the jaspers. I'll put.
What is that?
On my forms.
Oh, yeah, it's good Jasper. Okay.
See, all I can picture is the old guy from
Simpsons.
Simpsons, yeah.
you already had the 13 GP of
You need the
coin,
walking stick.
Yeah, got that written in.
and the 2 rolls. What were the rolls?
8 and 18.
8 and 18. Ooh, you're gonna like this one.
Yay!
uh-oh.
Okay, so just gonna
More
call
trailheads.
now.
More dragons.
Just wait till late comes out.
Ready colored stone for a jasper.
Does Gwent or Sid have proficiency with nature?
Not yet. No.
Hold on, I'm just writing something. Let me just check. Natur.
I mean, fuck you,
You
Doug. He's
sure?
standing right by the chest as well.
Oh, yeah,
but
also that.
unfortunately not native to your home plane.
Ah.
Unless Alvina would have seen one in Fantasia, she has no fucking idea.
I am, but I'm not intelligent.
That's fine. They're a common item, so you're at least aware of them. And more importantly, you know what this creature is. You get 1 bag of Zorn slugs.
Yes.
Oh no.
So go ahead and give me a nature check to see if you actually know what they do. This one will require.
Probably something to do with Zorns, I imagine.
Probably.
It rolled over a 19. Again, it rolled over a fucking high number.
You know there's Zorn slugs, but you just cannot remember life view of why. You remember there's small factions in rebellion that like rave about them, but you've never been interested in them. Yeah, it's supposed to be 1 bag of Zorn slugs.
Yeah, I've got it written.
Bag
of Zorn slugs.
There you go. You kind of open it up and you can see these little Zorn, like tiny Zorn worm-like creatures. They've got the same kind of appearance and kind of rocky hide.
Would we have ever encountered a Zorn?
You would have countered a Zorn. It's just Zorn subspecies are a little bit more unique here.
Yeah.
But you recognize the similar patterns of them.
The
Particularly
professor
anyone
would
with
know.
proficiency already.
Yeah, I don't have proficiency.
So Fuki would definitely recognize at least what a Zorn is.
Right.
This show
Well,
is-
where did you get Zorn slugs, Shibby?
This box.
Oh.
You just saw
Well,
us
good.
open.
Well, good for you.
Thank you.
I mean, they kind of look tasty.
Nope, you're not eating my pets.
Oh,
Ooh, another tube of purple water.
I'll keep the purple water.
Oh, that's sake.
A large tube of it as well.
Yeah, the long one was a large tube of purple orb as
Oh,
well. So I'm
okay.
pretty sure you've gotten
Yeah.
this item before.
Yeah, we just don't know what it does yet. I think this is one of the ones we didn't know.
You know,
Did
slightly-
Gwen not establish it yet?
No,
that one
was
I
the
don't think.
foaming bottle.
Yeah, and I still don't know what it is.
We haven't tried the purple one yet. We're actually out of Trollhead, so this might be the thing I
Yeah.
throw next.
I did have a bottle of foam, and I threw that, but nothing really happened.
It buggered off, didn't it? It's like the
Oh yeah,
water
it
just went
made
Good, yeah.
yeah, it made the ground frictionless essentially.
Yeah, it made the patch of
Uh,
dirt that
yeah.
you
It made a
doused it in,
mudslide.
immune to the grapple and restrain condition.
Hmm
Oh, okay.
And therefore, since it has 0 friction, like a hyperfluid, it fucked off.
hmm
Because there was nothing holding it down anymore.
Yep.
Did you know that if you put a frictionless liquid inside of a glass tube or jar, it will crawl up the side and out if
Mhm.
it does not just go through the glass?
Yeah, I saw it on YouTube.
So yeah, that's what happened.
It's truly horrifying.
But yes, I believe that was everything from the chest.
I've added the tube to my backpack.
Before I kind of montage what each of you are doing, was there any other questions or anything before we get back into kind of the end scene?
Would an hour of... Actually, no, never mind, because you established you have to short rest. Never mind.
Can sod off eat the chest?
Yes, if you let Soroth explore, they will eventually find a little patch of flint oil that was thrown over someone's shoulder. As suddenly it lights up and the entire tent catches fire.
Sweet.
Whose tent is it?
Not ours.
Probably in one of the
Tent
Onis.
of the Oni commander here.
Well, he's dead.
He's not going to need it
Buried.
anymore.
He doesn't care. He has
Should be
bigger
fine.
problems.
If Fuck You found the stash of fireworks, he would be piling them into his bag of holding.
Well, Alvina dragged them back with them.
Yes, you have effectively 2 giant dumpsters worth of fireworks.
I
Okay.
put lots of mild mining charges, essentially.
Um,
Will we find somewhere to...
How much weight of them would you say?
Ooh, 2
That's a good question,
dumpster
actually.
trucks worth.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit...
That's probably about 2 tons then, if they're dumpster trucks.
Let's go a ton each.
Yeah, so 2
Ton
tons.
each. Okay. I'll
That's
probably
2,000 kilograms.
I'll probably take about 300 pounds of it then.
Yeah, Alvina's going to keep some of it as pocket sand.
All these little firework fireworks on a stick just sticking out your pockets.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah, you can take somebody's eye out with a stick.
Take some Messiah and then throw red Arcanite dust afterwards and watch what happens.
So
yeah,
for
it'll sting like fuck.
Boom! Not if you wedge him in someone, it'll sting a lot more than that. That's how a bolt gun works in 40k.
I know what we can do with it. We'll arm the peasants with them.
With grenades.
So just so you're aware, and for the folks at home who are maybe not as aware, 1 ton is 1,000 kilograms. You are taking 136 kilograms, or 300 pounds of fireworks. 136 kilograms.
You're taking double Alvina's body weight.
Yeah.
That's
More than that, actually.
No, hold on. That's 136 over 2,000 is it's not much compared to what's there. We can light it all off now.
No, we'll
No.
see.
That we're not taking.
Here's the
We're
thing.
arming the peasants with it.
No, we're going to either come back for it, or we're going to tow it with us and then blow it up as the initial assault on the next zone.
You're
Oh,
taking
does-
less than 7% of the total weight of fireworks.
Does anyone have enlarge reduce?
Yes,
I think we need a nap.
Zomir does.
Yeah, yes, but not right now as well.
Yeah, none of us have it right now because we need a nap bad.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm not that kind of spellcaster.
I suggest we have a long rest, and regain some of our magics.
If we have at least 4 hours, I'd really appreciate that.
I mean,
Damn you elves and their quick recovery.
Yeah.
is there anywhere safe that we could have a rest in?
Well, if we
Anywhere
block up
safe?
well, if we block
Not
up
really.
Hey, fuck
opening.
you. You got those companion cubes?
Got 3.
Let's stack 2 of them on top of each other and make a big fucking wall.
I mean,
Oh,
they're only
put a
10
wall.
foot wide.
I suggest if
That's
we're
about
going to
10
do
feet, right?
something like that, we put it at the top of this, put a
Yeah.
wall, and maybe some explosives behind it. If they do trash through,
What is the ground made of here?
packed
Ground.
Earth. So move Earth will work on it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Make a wall.
I can move Earth up a wall.
Yeah, make a wall like on about here, essentially, so that we'll get a lot of warning for them running around and coming down. Or if they're just going to jump, in which case we can intercept them a little easier because they'll be jumping and we'll see them coming.
I'd prefer to make the wall into kind of an alcove, so we've got
You can do that as well.
protection. So if I remember correctly, that's essentially a cone. So that should be a wall that makes it slightly harder to walk down the nice slope.
So I mean, if we put like a high enough wall, they have to actually break it down to get through it, or jump.
But they'd still be able to see us.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Put a wall so they have to.
Yeah, but if it slows
close
them
them
down,
down
we can
so we can
get
get
time to
prepared.
prepare.
Yeah.
about block that till.
Unless
instant
everyone wants to
stop.
huddle around Alvina at night when she's sleeping, which is not advised by the Health Commission.
But do remember, anytime you have to prepare, they have to prepare.
Yeah,
We
but
really-
if they're
Walking
busy
in.
busting down a wall.
Yeah,
we
and
really need to prepare.
that explosion from earlier, that was y'all, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that
was
was
just
visible.
Alvina.
That was
That was
audible in here and all the way up there. And well, let's just, as a for instance, let's just imagine for a second that they think that the rabid trolls did that. But what if they don't? What
Go
if they
further back
realize
into- Then we
and
go further
and
back
come
in
down
and
here?
block that tunnel.
Yes, and make it that much difficult for y'all to get in.
The main thing is that currently we are running on fumes, so we really need the rest. So sod it if they get some time to prep. We are going to die if we don't get the rest.
Sid, give me a history check.
History.
Also, the
Would I
trolls are
have
still probably up there.
advantage because I've been here for like 5 months? Or insight,
Yes.
even?
I'll give you advantage on it.
Also, the
Aha.
trolls are still probably up there right now, and it'll give them time to kill the trolls.
Okay.
Or die
Come
horribly
on.
to the trolls, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever
That's
happens first.
pretty good for me. I
Sure.
wasn't well educated. Yeah.
No, that's fair. But you are aware of the golden slug.
Legend has it there's a golden slug.
I want it.
It lays golden eggs.
It does not. The golden slug is the name of their giant mining vehicle.
Ooh.
It burrows.
It's the mole from Thunderbirds.
Yeah, wouldn't it be more of a mole than a slug then? Slugs don't really burrow.
I didn't name it. Why are you coming after me? I didn't name it.
Add that to the list of complaints, Zormir.
Yeah, stupid naming system.
But it would
Yeah,
have allowed
Chris.
them
Stupid naming system.
to easily breach any cavern within minutes.
I'll
It
take
would
that.
allow them to
Okay.
do that.
Yes.
And they have it
So
in
it is
their
grand.
It's grand.
they have it. Sorry, guys, I can't hear myself think. They have it in their citadel, right? It's
In
not
the
out here
palace,
in the
yeah.
mines.
It is not.
Yeah,
They
so-
only
so
deploy
think
it
of-
when creating new mining shafts.
Yeah, they could be out here any second.
Well, we better get
If
started
they
on that
if they
It
wanted
would
to
probably
find
take
you.
them an hour to deploy it.
We'd
It is a
better get.
complex piece of machinery. But
We would maybe have a short rest, but I wouldn't say we'd have a long one.
Oh, that's
We
bloody
need
short
a
rest not going to help me.
Yeah, I could use an actual long rest
Look.
as well.
They can get wherever we hide. They can get in.
Mhm.
What if they don't know where we're hiding?
What
Can
do you
I-
suggest?
I could dig down and
Yeah.
cover the entrance over with Move Earth.
Ooh, I like that.
I mean, I was going to suggest
We,
that.
we, we will be in a sealed box for the course of the long rest, but
You
Give us some air
Right.
holes, make sure.
You'd be in a sealed box underground. But what about the looks across the various slaves? What about the 60-odd people you got up here? Where
It's
are
a
they gonna
big
hide?
box.
I can
It's a
make
big box.
a reasonably big. What is the maximum size of
It-
box I can create?
Here's the thing: do it, and then do it again, and then do it again,
Yeah,
and then do it
you-
again, and do it
I,
again.
I can do it once.
Oh, I thought it was a cantrip.
Oh,
No, it's
Ah.
a level 6 spell.
Fair. We'll be really tightly packed.
It'll be
Yeah,
cozy
that's-
and warm.
or you could
Okay,
do it.
Also-
I can do. I can do 20 feet per 10 minutes for 2 hours, so I can do
You can do it
up,
then.
up to 480 feet square.
I mean,
Also-
you could do it into a wall rather than underground.
It only works on Earth, not rock.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, here's the extra bit. Give me that shovel.
True.
Give me
See-
those 2 shovels, Susie.
Yeah,
Dig.
I mean, we've got 2 artificers. A tool is a right tool for the job.
wait, why is Susie
Yeah.
taking? Susie can't hold a
Susie-
shovel.
No, she can just dig normally.
can
You
and
know-
Malvine is
claws.
going to dig
Actually-
with 2 shovels at once.
Now-
obviously.
Only we had
Now
a
that
bunch
I
of
think
slaves
about
with
it-
mining equipment.
That's just what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
great
just-
minds must truly think alike.
We just dig.
We
Uh-huh.
have.
Mm.
We literally have a group of people. who
We
can
have
dig.
We have a
I'm gonna-
shitload of digging.
I'm gonna
to
give
do.
my big pick to the giant Loxodon so he has 3. So that I don't have to dig. I'm not strong.
Right. So we'll come back to that plan as that you'll need to create a space large enough to house people through hard rock. So we'll come back in 8 hours when you've finally made the space to long rest in. Let's while the party is starting this plan.
It'll
Let's
take- As I say, it'll take me 2 hours to make a 480 square foot room underground in dirt.
180 square foot. That should be fine.
We don't need it to be a roomy.
But
we just need
it's
it to
2
fit.
hours of concentration though, so we have to hope they don't show up for 2 hours.
Well, the first hour you can get in, get people in that part, and then the next 2 hours you filter it back.
Mhm.
Well, I can go for a wander, make sure that none of them Come this way.
As we're
You can
doing
do that.
in the dirt.
Obviously, it's not safe for you to go alone, so you should have someone with you.
Can anyone else disguise themselves?
Yeah.
Or,
What do you want me to look like?
or turn invisible? Perfect. Give me 5 seconds. And she begins tottering over towards a very large rock with her makeup pad out. She flicks it open, takes a bit of blusher out, goes behind the rock, and reappears a few seconds later as an ogre.
I mean, I can't do that.
Like a medium ogre?
There is no limit to the... I looked it up. There's no limit to the size.
Let's go self.
I assume this is a
The
magic
modified.
item.
No,
There's no limit to what?
Change them.
Changeling, it can only do humanoids.
I looked at the... I'm sure it is. Features of magic. Bum, bum, bum. You determine the specifics of the changes, coloration, hair length,
Not
sex,
so much that
height,
your
weight.
size changes.
It does not say.
It does.
Nowhere does it say here.
Eberron the Rise in the Last War Changeling, right? Which is the official one. That's not UA.
Mm-hmm.
You can also adjust your height and weight, but not so much that your size changes.
It does not say that here. They must have nerfed it or added to it.
The UA one says you can, which is not the official one. The actual working one. Yeah, because changelings, they were broken in the UA, so they
Right. If I click on it, it adds those extra 5 words. That sucks. Well, never mind.
You do this the last time as well. You gotta click on things more.
Yeah.
It's 5 words. You'd think they would put it in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of shit on there.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing it totally. I'm pretty sure it's a system thing.
Yeah, you can't duplicate your appearance of a creature you've never seen. Must adopt the form of some basic arrangement of limbs. Your clothing and equipment aren't changed by the traits.
All right. I actually wanna. We're supposed to wrap up 20 minutes ago.
Wrap it
up. Okay.
And then we discussed the feasibility of carving an entire mining operation into a wall.
Short for an ogre.
Into the floor
I feel
where it's dirt.
I'm slightly worried that you guys aren't quite understanding how a siege works, or the fact that you have the element of surprise right now.
Yeah, but we're gonna die because we're out of everything.
No, what I'm worried about is that you're one roll away from dying anyway, because they will just show up before you get the long rest. Only without the element of surprise.
Let's throw the purple liquid at them.
You can take the risk. That's perfectly fine. I just want to make sure the players understand what they're signing up for.
Didn't you say you have...
She's going to want the 4-hour long rest for her, and if it doesn't get long rest for everyone, unfortunate, but she's at least getting long rest.
Didn't you say you have Oni that you're meeting up with?
Yeah.
At the top of the mine, yeah.
Why don't we find them first?
Well, they're up there where the trolls went.
Yeah, so the trolls will probably have carved a swath of
the
destruction.
point where we're making the decision before we end.
Yeah,
so
let's
think about it for a week and then.
Yeah, let's have a chat for the week. 2 weeks, actually.
Oh,
for me and Zomi.
You get the cat on what we're doing. Chris, what are you going to do with us two?
I feel like we're getting very strong DM hints that we should continue.
Be buried in a box for 8 hours.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't fancy being
you do
buried
have
alive.
you do have to know that we.
As a person.
Yeah, we are next to nothing on like abilities and spells.
Alvina's got 1 rage left.
Fuck you.
Sounds like 1 rage.
Yeah, fuck you's got 2 spell slots. Gwent's got 1 spell slot.
Point has 1 spell slot.
I have no spell slots and just a couple spells on a magic item.
Yeah.
That's
Guardian.
6.
Yeah, you're a new character.
Reasonable. what I am hitting
I am
at is
quite
that you are
decent.
the middle of the enemy territory.
Yeah,
You are
no,
not in a safe space to rest,
we
and you
get
should
that.
either
No.
retreat or right now you could, in theory, have a better chance at winning by doing what you've just done and gaining that drop and trying to fight your way through more strategically.
I mean, we've not got
Where-
any more trolls to throw at people.
And that's fine if you want to take the risk.
Mm.
I'm just telling you from what I know of your resources, and I know how low resources you are and what's awaiting you. Your chances are 10 times better by not letting them gain the advantage on you.
Fair.
Okay.
I believe this as well.
I've got
You can-
basically
you can-
everything
it
I
is-
have.
It is your story.
It's
Yeah.
going to
And-
be harder for them to decide what they're doing, considering two of us are actually out of the game for next week as well. So probably give them the week to decide what.
Yeah, let's give him the
initial-
week. We are currently in the decision-making process, and let's end it so that Chris can
Yeah.
actually like
Okay.
have some.
Yeah.
progress.
So the passages to the left let you enter into the slaves' den, which is the map you see now.
Mhm.
This is where all the slaves reside and dwell. There are currently no guards here. All the guards are in the central area that you've just defeated. And
I
Sid
can lead you through there.
is able to easily make your way through here. You get anyone who goes with them, you get a good idea of just how desolate the conditions of the slaves were staying here.
Mhm.
It's incredibly cold and chill down here. And you can see that they're having to use blankets. You can see little like carvings in the wall where they've tried to make a little bit of a life and a community for themselves. As well as just broken things, and there's scorch marks and stains here and there. Eventually, Sid is able to retrieve their items from their hiding place and is able to equip themselves before
Yes.
returning. But you do have access to this area just off the map to the left. You're also told that there is heavy mining equipment to the north with a additional Oni and Ogre presence, as well as the Big Belly's room to the south, which is the level master. Each room has a kind of Oni lieutenant, but there is a larger Oni general who resides in his office just to the south.
Does the mining equipment need to be manually piloted, or can that be set off automatically?
It needs to be manually piloted in that there's a lot of gears and levers, and it's a complicated, janky piece of equipment. It is possible to automate some sort of rig so that it's just going. You won't be able to steer it or anything, but if you just want to turn it on and leave it, you could definitely rig something.
Break on the accelerator sort of thing.
Yeah.
Get some rope and just tie it around the necessary levers.
That's a good idea, actually.
But that's another thing I want to let you guys consider is that you haven't cleared out all the Onis in this ground, and while the ogres can't fight back against the trolls, the Magi Oni mages will not have a problem defeating them.
I need to other brutes, to be honest. Like the brutes would have won the one-on-one if I hadn't assisted.
Yeah, so if any of these rooms have a mage and a brute, which a couple of them do, particularly Big Belly is a slightly higher stat block than even the Oni. All of them will be drawn to within the next hour, just from the commotion.
Okay.
Yeah. You did let off a nuke an hour ago.
However, something else to put, you have the bulk of the slaves in the lower levels. While there are still smaller slaves that are kind of brought up to do additional stuff, about 80% of the slave population dwells within the lower level, and in theory, you could take the slaves and retreat temporarily outside of the mines if you actually wanted to rest, and then maybe find a different way into the castle.
Yeah,
There are other
'cause they-
options for all this.
Yeah, they
Also,
will up the defenses on that tunnel that we've just come through.
So those are all
we
things you can consider for options that you have available to you.
To be
also
honest,
have-
that's probably our best play.
Honestly, yeah,
Yeah.
we're really, really low on the resources, and I don't fancy our chances in a straight-up scrap.
No.
Also
Yeah,
got
get the
you have
people
all
free.
you've got all the slaves and these explosives, so that
Hmm.
is to your advantage as well.
I mean,
If you
what?
get the jump on them and
How
come
far
back.
south is the big boss ogre?
Oh,
Oni?
He's in the next room.
Literally next room.
Yeah, the room south.
A little bit of a tunnel and then a room.
How big a tunnel? This is very important.
Probably only 100 feet.
Okay, is there a door that's going to be locking off like his office?
Most likely, yes.
Hey, Izomir, can I borrow you? Bring the bombs.
I mean, I was going to suggest putting the bombs on the mining equipment, soaking a rope in oil as a fuse, setting that off, and then piling all the explosives onto it, setting it off, just moving, and
Drive
then
the bombs so far and they explode.
Yep.
That is my other advice. If you do want to go with the entrenching option, I would booby trap the shit out of everything and just make it so that they can't come to you as equally as you can't come to them. Then
I was basically thinking, we put about every bit of explosive we possibly can in front of the Oni's door with a trigger of the door opens, boom.
Yeah, try it possible.
That'll just piss him off.
But that is where we're going to end tonight. You have a lot of options as to your path forward. Yeah. This is the middling part of Rise of the Rebellion and the Mines of Avarice, where it is a big gauntlet where you have to really resource, and you guys came in quite low, so this is quite the interesting challenge.
I mean, we came in like half resources after the devil.
Yeah.
And then the remaining resources were fighting the brutes outside.
Technically less, because the point hasn't had a long rest in like 2 days.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great challenge. Really. What is the party's goal here, and is there other alternatives to getting that goal? You do have the ship for Ironcore isn't going to arrive for 2 weeks, and it does only take you about a week and a half to get there on mount. So you do have a little bit of leeway if you need to spend an extra day here or two. Like I said, you have enough leeway for like essentially a large site adventure for a couple days. You just don't have enough for like multiple days of site adventuring.
So we get the slaves free.
You can also have the option that while Titan muscle is incredibly hard to dig through, if you go back to the previous room and kind of dig around it and up, you weren't that far beneath the surface if you are going with digging spells anyway, that you could just dig your way to the surface. So there's all your options to consider for next week. You guys can let me know either during the week, or I'll probably at least have an idea of what the party consensus is by the end of next week, just so we don't have to do all the chatting on stream. But thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. This has been Alterra episode 23 in Rise of the Rebellion and the Mines of Avarice.
Awesome.
Bye.
Yep. Bye. Oh. I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the wrong button.
Chris, that was hilarious.
Yep. I'm clicking the stop stream now.
Yeah.